though. I'm ready for this one. I'm just so happy to see Mirage purged in the veto.
We still got one of the normie maps, one of the orange maps. Dust 2 up next, but
yeah.
That might be a curious affair. 1xBet odds top of your screen here, favoring the Germans.
This is pretty hype, man. I mean, I was really enjoying just watching the Fnatic Na'Vi game last night, and it did get very close, and the desk has set the scene perfectly for this because Tabson looks spicy in his game against TG. Crims is waiting for him, so that's the headshot Crims has been waiting for, and he doesn't get a chance. Tabson too quick.
Lots of info. Tabson with Connect control, Keto with sewer control. I know it's going to be towards A, and Sirison just knocks them down easy as you like. 2 pins hit the deck.
Young Jakino decide the round's not done.
They're kind of locked in though, right? With all that early info, Keto's also pushed up through the connected position. The bomb down towards upper bathrooms. Gade now floating around with Tizian deeper onto the bomb site.
I feel like Jakino's got a bit of a timer on this. Keto could catch him, but he walks through the toilets. Gade's looking away as well, averts his gaze. Mezzi on long quietly, and now loudly is Jakino. Looking to sweep and clear. Tizian could catch him any time, but Jakino does wrap around. A good tap into the head of Gade. No! Oh, he spotted another. They're turning it around. 2 versus 4 becomes 2 versus 1. Mezzi and Jakino, a pair of frags apiece, charging to the B bomb site. Tizian to receive. He has got a kit. But will he contest the plant?
Oh, he's committed.
Actively fighting. They should whiffle away. And 3 from Jakino. Quite the turnaround from Fnatic.
Oof, Tizian there with that maneuver, right? That's an all-in. He cannot get away. You can see just how far he put himself on that ledge, banking to hit both of those shots.
Was
it wasn't
he
like a jiggle.
They weren't coming together? Like he gets that 1v1 and taps the first?
I think he's just hoping he hits a couple of nice shots there, because if you're going to go for that maneuver, it's very high risk.
I mean, look how this started, Chad. I'm really impressed they called this back. So
they had all the info. I don't know where it went wrong. I think Gade had a hard time kind of piecing it all together, because with Keto over towards Balloons and Party, I think they assumed that Bathrooms was clear, and that's how it got a little bit juicier than it should have, but they still had the sound cue, so I'm not sure. Big really let that one slip. Well managed by Fnatic, and both teams with the buys. The Force for Big, the Gunny for Fnatic, and well, they've actually rocked 2 UMPs. That's quite curious.
I suppose it does have a little bit more of a viable place against Kevlar, fully Kevlar'd and helmeted up. It's defensive Big Clan members.
Yeah, they've gone for utility with their Deagles here, so only one Tabson prioritizing the head armor with the P250.
So who's caging the B push for info? No one is. They're kind of just all inning.
This is all right, though. They're going to have 3 players over towards this site here if they get a move on with HEs. Tizian, Gade, and Keto could all try and deny the plant towards default. This could be the move from Big. Oh, they're ahead of it.
Oh, and Brolin's already gone down. There's so many bodies on the side. Crims just unloads his mag. Alex has got a lot to do. Back turned, good find, and pressure relieved. It did for a second get a little scary there as the P250 found the head of Brolin. But everything can calm down, and Fnatic locking themselves in that 2-0 conversion.
Oh, okay. I thought they had something different in mind there, Big. So looking more desperate as the execute came in. Didn't use their smokes to try and abscond the front of the site, and they were just beaten down into submission for round number 2. Well handled here by Fnatic, and one of the keys the desk was touching on there was obviously Jaquinho's performance yesterday. He, of the group, was the lowest performing player after day 1. Now, there's a couple of things that can play into that. Nice shot from Sirison. Nerves being one of them. I would say the other being the fact you had to go up against Simple on the other side as the primary AWP, but that's kind of a big deal. Yeah,
that is a big deal. And also in that game, now they clearly have decided Overpass is their map in their initial scrims and whatever. This has become the focus of their attention. And the fact that they managed to go double overtime, heartbreaking loss on their map pickup against the world number 1, it demonstrates competence on this map that I'm excited to see how it translates up against a different opponent.
Well, that's the thing, right? This Fnatic roster, in theory, can be competitive, right? Brolin and Crims, 2 names from Fnatic who you know, at least once upon a time, if they could just find that form, can be very deadly individuals. You mix that in with Mezzi, who seems like after yesterday's games, he's here to hang with the big boys. Jaquinho is the more unknown, untested factor. And Alex here, well, after the Cloud9 project, I think there's a lot of question marks, but showing that his style, it still works.
Yeah, I think I'd go for unproven. Jaquinho's still got something to prove.
Yeah, because when he was picked up, he never really had an opportunity to fulfill his role with the overlap with JW, right? So you never saw the best of him on the big green, and now he has all that pressure on his shoulders. So today, he cannot have another performance like yesterday with Sirison on the other side of the server.
I mean, he got 3K on the pistol. I mean, that's already a fantastic start. Let's see if he can maintain that comfort.
Thorough stuff here from Fnatic. So it looks like they are headed for a B play. The bomb slinking back through Fountain now. And you're going to see the jump accuracy here of Tizian on the Mac-10. Oh, a couple of little leaps and a frag. Look at that. The third one. I didn't think he'd go again. Two's normally enough.
Yeah, and he even strafed right so as to try and be a dynamic target. Pops the head out of Alex. And he feels a little hard done by there, I'm sure. Oh, a perfect re-aggression out of Big Clan. This is threatening now, very big way. They're going to have to claw back the multi-kill. It is Mezzi that delivers it on a silver platter. And now poor Searson, what are you supposed to do? He'd love Giacchino. He's softened up for the one-shot scout shot. They can plant within the smoke and be relatively uncontested. Keto's crawling towards that short water smoke. And at 20 seconds, the bomb now down.
He's going to save it, I think.
Yeah, they might have to. He's just found an AK, so he's just going to completely elope.
Yeah, well, that one was another round that looked threatening, right? Big in the previous. I thought they had a cool idea with their HEs. They didn't use it in the way that I thought. This round, they had the players ready and raring to defend, but after they popped out, cleared short, got flustered into that monster fight, and, well, ran into the vice that was those Fnatic rifles. Tag there on the way out the door, but Giacchino, the man in question, gets another frag. Two for him in this round.
I've definitely made no secret of being a founding member of the Mezzi fan club. Big fan of him and his kooky controls, the Union Jack, and just seeing an actual British talent pushing and being an individual that can compete at the highest level. It's been a while, obviously. Smooth Dog.
It's been a long while, really.
Probably the closest we've come.
Yeah, his was a very short stint.
Very short stint. I mean, I still very fondly remember the Smooya chance in Wembley. That was the closest I got to feeling like UK Counter-Strike was relevant. But it's good to see Mezzi once again delivering. And delivering in the Fnatic jersey. Bro, that's such a drip. 2 Union Jacks flying in Fnatic's Counter-Strike
like
team.
A Call of Duty team or something.
Yeah, it's blowing my mind. Like, it's like, what, mobile PUBG or something? Like, what's going on?
Some console game. All right, well, they're setting up a bit of a B piece right here as Alex and the boys. Brolin pushing them back over towards A. Searson and Tabson get a little...
Careful now, Brolin. He's got a bit of pep in his step, and they're boosting over the smoke, but he's already slept through. If he walks into this, I mean, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you walk into this? He's crouched under.
He might catch them here. He might catch them here. This is huge.
Oh, Brolin, you're blocked. Surely he pieces it together. Surely he won't. See you later, alligator. Big Clan pants by Brolin. Call this one done. Call it 4. They're boosting over the smoke. It's a chance to deny. Or not even, actually. The smoke's too deep. And now walking through the smoke is Alex. Grims has caught one. There's another to find. Alex on the hunt. He's looking the wrong way, but he might still find him. Yep.
Peekaboo.
Wow. Brolin, just do that every round, mate. If you could, just kill 2 people with their knives out.
I feel like Big are going to go have to solve the mystery of the appearing Brolin there. It's a magical act. You can catch this one.
Is it just a bit late, right? Like, they just posted up Searson. I think they were faffing around.
Yeah, well, he just walked under the lip of the smoke as well. So this was just perfectly done by Brolin. Not expecting to profit in that way whatsoever. Out here for a bit of a show early. This is nice stuff out of Fnatic here. Really setting the tone. Got the AWP again in place. Searson will have to find some impact with this at some point.
Yeah, it's been avoided quite well for now by Fnatic, and this time good chunks out of those initial nades. Your standard toilet control. Actually, you know what? I really enjoyed the banana call out. It's banana now.
You like banana? You like
I'm
it?
saying it with conviction.
Okay.
You know, it's not confusing. We know we're not on Inferno. We can have 2 bananas, right?
Yeah. Why not? We got a lot of 2. We got longs and ramps.
Yeah, precisely. And a banana I'm just sick of saying some toilet action. It just always sounds just a little off.
It's like at a nightclub.
Yeah, precisely. No spray, no lay. No Armani, no... Ouch. Keto onto Alex. Has found himself an AK-47 to ply his trade, and Brolin is still advancing long. They don't have to commit to this, but with 3 Fnatic members there around that 60-second mark, and Keto now equipped with the Kalashnikov. Mezzi's got a lot to do. He's met the AK as well. Keto pulling Big Clan, kicking and screaming into a competitive 5th round.
They've had a couple like this where it's looked promising, but then at the final hurdle, Big either just run in and get executed, or they make the wrong read. So right here, looks like more of the latter. Evacuating over towards the B bomb site, and the attack is coming in towards A. So Big are just reading this game completely wrong right now.
They are, but, I mean, Gate's going to get info and a bullet to the thigh. He gets away, back tucked into bank. Keto will have a chance to react.
Oh.
Ow.
Oh, they reacted.
Ooh.
Not happy with how that one went.
Here we go. That's a big denial out of Gade. If he can find another, which he has, he can take a whole round. Gade and Keto, with their powers combined, do snatch away the round from Fnatic's clutches.
Well, there you go. That is probably the best round that Gade has had in Big so far. We did his games yesterday. He was there, but you wouldn't have known about it. Here, steps up in a huge way, secures their first, and they're actually going to take a timeout off the back of that.
I DM'd Gade the other day.
Did he reply?
He did.
Okay.
He did. And then, but I mean, I realized in the interim, after I sent the message, that there was a fantastic interview that answered all of my silly questions, and I could have just read that.
Did he still answer you?
He did.
Okay.
But he just said, hey, man, I'm just a good student. Like, I was trying to understand how he's got
smart.
to this level of German. Yeah. I was like,
I'm just smart.
But, like, how are you fluent from just school German? And his answer was, yeah, I'm just a good student.
Yeah, well, they said if I learn this, it might come in handy one day.
I did French in high school. I can barely say I went skiing with my family.
We did Japanese. I can...
What? Well, that's cool.
Yeah, I can orange is orange.
And a little extra bonus is he's been taking some extra classes to freshen everything up in his vacation.
Of course he has. Of course he has.
Because he's a good student,
yeah,
Chad.
Of course he has.
Because that's what good students do.
Just taking a couple of extra classes.
He got his
summer school.
His scented gel pens out, did a couple of mind maps.
Bloody hell, he's loving it.
What in God's name is going on here?
I really can't stand my back hurting anymore.
Chad Birchall is fully mantled the desk, and we are in to an aggressive one from Searson. He's been desperate to try and find early impact, and it's actually Keto's spray that's left a very early impact. Mezzi's going to lose all of his Pibblies and Bobblies there. That's nades. AK gone. Alex very brave. He could lose the round right here if he's not careful.
Oh, Molly
missed his Molly. And they're so low. Call the cancel. Oh, Jakino's dead as well. Yeah, this spells trouble. This looks like a big clan conversion.
The HP really not going to be making life easier for Alex and Brolin.
Do you want to just go for that 75-second save, boys?
I feel like it's probably the better of the calls here, but yeah, they can't buy in the next round, right? Their money's not going to be there. If you hold on to these 3 rifles, the loss bonus comes into the bank balance of Jaquinho and Mezzi, and then maybe they can scrap some Galils together. You already have some utility left over, but they're not done. And, well, that is not the type of Counter-Strike we are used to here. So let's see, can they turn this one up a notch? Alex for a little bit of a lurky boy play. And the Swedes paired up over towards A.
Oh, that's it. Alex, this is what he's been waiting for. He's pulled, or his teammates have pulled those CTs into a more passive position.
They're not ready for this.
Not ready!
Oh.
Tizian's just way too quick. And the util they've dumped on A, not as convincing anymore. The departure of Alex will incite the rest to save. So it'll be 2 AK-47s.
Yeah, 1900 in the next round, right? So Alex will have 4K, he'll be able to buy. Mezzi just going to be under that mark. Can't get the AK or the Galil out with utility. And then the real question mark is Jaquinho. Now, he could just operate with a Deagle or something if they would like, maybe even a Scout. But regardless, the saved AKs of Brolin and Crims will give them another bite of the cherry here. And good stuff, just finding that opening presence here. Searson made a weird tweet yesterday. I had to reread it. I was rereading it to you this morning. I interpreted it completely wrong yesterday. I interpreted it yesterday after reading it that he had lent his router and then he was playing on wireless internet. But it's actually the other way. He's borrowed one of his friend's 5G routers.
For what?
So, well, now his webcam works because I think his internet at home, as a professional Counter-Strike player, is so trash that that wouldn't be possible otherwise.
Wow, Wowzers, trousers, aggression's the answer for Big Clan, isn't it? That's, again, worked out wonderfully for the first, and an aggressive ang taken by the Big Clan Orpa. Could still be fed a frag here. Alex and the Fnatic project looking to take control of B Water.
Oh, they know it's definitely B.
Love these
pushing further.
Yeah. Big Clan's CT aggressions have been rewarded so far, and Alex again falls flat of the mark. A good trade, actually. Wallbang from Jaquinho. If Gade continues this peak, it's actually very promising. This is going to be a competitive overpass. Big Clan have made that abundantly clear.
Yeah, picking up steam now. Mezzi and Crims.
Good luck, have fun, boys.
It's going to be hard.
Yeah. And just peeking in dry, lovely angle held by Tizian. He's ready for another as well. He'll finish it on his own. And the longevity of Tizian is something that's worth addressing as well. Like, I mean, I remember when he was truly...
You mean just the fact he's still in the team?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean, don't forget, like, Tizian, I think, in most people's eyes, a couple of years ago, was seen as, like, not a weak link, but a support player.
It was just a hardcore support player.
Hardcore support. Yeah. But that's not really how I categorize him anymore. Like, he has found a degree of consistency in the fragging charts. He was one of their best players in that crazy underdog run at Cologne.
I just remember, like, sometimes we have one of these pop-off performances where he would drop, like, 25 or 30 kills in a bit of a statement game, and then other times he would just be there getting his 1 or 2 kills when he needs it, right? And that's what you want. You don't. Not everybody has to be the showstopper type player.
Yeah.
Just need to get the kills you set up for.
You couldn't just have a movie where everyone was Tom Cruise.
I think they tried that. It's called the
Depeche Mode?
I wanted to say the Dependables, but that's not it.
Oh, the Expendables.
That's the one.
Where it's all of the action stars.
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone, Jason Statham.
There's a lot of them.
I can't think of anyone else.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was in there.
That's a good one. But what about Van Damme? Was he in there?
I think so. I think he probably made an appearance.
Jesus.
Any
other badasses
from who's the guy
cinema?
from Die Hard?
Oh, well, Bruce Willis.
Yeah, Bruce Willis was in there.
Jesus, it wasn't stacked.
Yeah, they just...
And did it suck? So you can't. So maybe we can use this analogy for the 5 superstars in the team.
It delivered in terms of watching a lot of things blow up.
Yeah, and a lot of big men beating people up.
Yeah. That's what I signed up for when I watched that film.
That was what I was born and raised on.
It wasn't memorable.
Nah.
I don't even remember the name of the film. I thought it was The Dependables. How did I get The Dependables?
Yeah, you asked me to give you the Chronicles of Riddick storyline. I can't, but I can tell you I enjoyed it.
It's a good film.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the gun's back out here. We've gotten past those pesky pistols.
I can't believe he's sticking around party. I'd get really anxious about now. Yeah. Just as they advance the playground, he has conceded that walk up. He could go down any minute now.
Big gap here, yeah.
Still gets
not even considered. I think the fact that he just was in such an open, risky position, Alex was not ready for that by any means. And now Sirius is not ready for this. Flashed out, finds a second with the third. Thank you very much.
That's so good. How many team flashes? How many flashes from Big Clan have set up a frag? Like, they've got 2 on short as well. Mezzi's been blinded every time he's gone down. I think, like, the stats would point towards a very, very convincing Big Clan mid-round aggression. Searson's just set up consistently as well.
Yeah, so far, Keto has 8 effective flashes. Tabson has 6.
We're in round 10.
Yeah, in terms of the way that Valve...
Consider them?
I don't know, right? It's always a little bit sketch with the in-game stuff. I like looking at HLTVs in terms of the flash assist for that.
But what I will say, that's fair, and I agree. But what the effective flashes will do is it's like anyone's screen went white for a millisecond in Valve's world is a flash assist or an effective flash. So of course the Ts are going to have an abundance of them because they just throw them over buildings.
They run in,
CTs getting slightly blinded. But for the CT side, definitely a lot of credit to Tabson. He's already got 6 effective flashes, and it's much less likely to see, a whole team flashed as a CT than it is for Fnatic on this T side. Now, talking of T side, I do want to bring up that Na'Vi game because T side, we saw Fnatic post a meager 5.
Okay, so they're almost on par.
Precisely, and their CT side was very, very strong. So we'll see, of course, by pushing it into overtime. We'll get to see more of that.
Look at this aggression again. They're really not scared. So it kind of feels to me like the game plan at the moment is not giving Fnatic room that they would be expecting to get. Really making them work for those little inches of the map. But we're going fast on towards B again. And Gade, he's not going to get anything done. Tizian, he gets 1. And
this is going wrong.
Yeah, this is not looking great. The bomb should get planted here.
Keto annoying, Tabson better. Oh, that's just ended in the blink of an eye as the rifles connect. Nearly getting that bomb site control to get that plant down. Regardless, they'll have the buy.
Oof, yeah, max loss bonus in play. Started 4-0.
Jakino, do we get that T-side up? Go on, he's flirting with the idea.
Probably necessary with the way Sirius is playing, right?
Bingo.
You got to consider if they're just allowing Sirius to have so much room and Tabson to be going aggressive every single time, you just post up that AWP of Jakino to either watch that long push or try and deal with the push up towards balloons and shut them out. Did he have the glasses on yesterday?
No, he didn't.
All right, well, maybe that's the difference maker today.
He put the webcam on, he was like, oh, I want to look good. Now I can't see my screen.
Yeah, maybe he had contacts in.
Ah, all right. Wise guy. Searson really is just taking the piss.
It's very jarring, though, right? Like,
yeah, he's going to get... Oh, okay. They've advanced enough and forced him off.
If you're not going to use your utility like to punish the AWP, that smoke, that molly combo with the flash, okay, you can see how much that denies. And now they're going for one of these creepy, beaky plays again. This time, Tabson looks aware.
Oh, man, Crimson's going to get tested here. This is a powerful boost, and it will catch Crims on his flight path. Is he a wise man? He's clearing it.
Oh!
Does convert nicely.
Good awareness.
Very good. Searson, however, in the meantime, caught the tip of the spear on Toilets. And Tabson actually reaggressing. God, Big Clan have got some serious momentum to this defense.
They're not afraid.
They're taking all this space right back, and they're sharp
that?
as well. Tabson's knocked Crims for 6. Problems now for the boys of Fnatic. I can't call them the Swedes anymore. What do I call them? Fnatic, I guess.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, all right. Stick with that.
Well, Tabson's actually lost them here. They could go back down through Connector to hit this B bomb site, which is currently being held in a retake position from Gage, so they're foregoing B control, but never mind. Into Searson's orb. He is too good, too mobile. Where are you meant to track these big players? They're just moving around and destroying you pick at a time.
Yeah. I mean, this is, like, Fnatic got more respect out of Na'Vi's defense than Big Clan are giving them.
They're not giving them anything.
Nothing.
They're just constantly moving around. Like, one of the things that you do on a default on a map like Overpass is you want to systematically just push the CTs back, because there are so many jarring fights that you can take, right? From Divider, from a bit more forward in the bathrooms, up from Party. You can go aggressive Fountain, picking long, passive long, in the site, jump. There's so many spots.
So what, let's keep track of it today. Or today. How about next round? Like, let's just keep track of it and keep taking note of where those aggressions and info's coming from, because, I mean, this is a prime example of it. You don't see a CT solo pushing Toilets at 45 seconds often, but what he's doing there is he's completely, whatever page of the strat book Alex was trying to turn to, he's screwing it up and throwing it straight in the bin.
Yeah, they're just not giving them the room here that Fnatic want to work with, and there's questions to be asked now, because, yeah, max loss bonus, we've already been over that. Jacquinho, because the AWP purchase doesn't have enough to buy, he's just a little bit under, so maybe they will go for a purchase and he can just have a pistol or a Galil again like he did before. So it's not a problem in terms of the buy, but it's a problem in terms of the approach. So at this point, if you're losing so many bodies over towards A when you're going for these default crawls, the next option is, let's just try and turn B into a bit of an aim map. Get yourself out Monster, take a couple of fights, and they've already been pretty good at trading on that side of the map in a few of the rounds here. So Keita, the new coach of Fnatic's, just chipped on in.
Good to see him in the black and orange.
And he's good to see him with the team as well. So see how quick the boot camp can bring this Fnatic team to where they need to be. That's a better start. They've been able to open the account. No more aggressive maneuvers from Tabson now. Denied.
Yeah, but watch Searson's aggression be rewarded again. He's got a lovely little gap. Crims is, however, very wise. He's played this game a long time, and he does
How's he done it? The leg?
Searson technically did pull the trigger first, but yeah, Crims has got his steel toe caps on, but he's not an AWPer, and he proves that as Gade will execute him. Now, only Gade really with a voice in this round.
Watch him get a rude shock.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
Oh, The Simpsons. Still going.
I can't believe it. Yeah, in fact, it's so iconic, dude. The, you know what I watched the other day? I was like, I looked up the top Simpson episode list. Marge's Monorail, rewatched that one. Absolute banger.
It's such a great one. I got a shirt with the monorail guy. Yeah, it's such a great show. Well, episode. Yeah, the show. We've lost them.
Strongly recommend checking out some of the legacy episodes. The Treehouse of Horrors as well. Some of the old Treehouse of Horrors are legendary. Really enjoyed them. I remember waiting for 6 p.m. before or after Robot Wars. I'd get to watch Simpsons.
Okay, your Simpsons on. Okay,
6 p.m. on a Friday.
All right. See, your stuff. I guess it didn't matter. It was all pre-recorded anyway.
Pre-Watershed.
Yeah, for us, I don't know. I think Simpsons came up. It was either after Home and Away and before Neighbours, or the other way around.
Those are the two imports. We had both of those at our TVs.
Home and Away and Neighbours.
When neighbors become good friends.
I'm trying to think which other fantastic Australian show. I know that people love watching our Border Patrol show just because how harsh it is.
I watch that all the time.
We're so harsh.
And it's always that one woman who's opened the suitcase. She's just got loads of ramen packets. What's your intentions with this ramen, young lady? Now, Searson swallowed a nade, but he's still trying it, Chad. We've been talking about this. He's trying to condition, trying to take some liberties, and the nade looks relatively good.
One was good.
Big chunks out of them all over the map. Alex has been sprayed down to 20 HP as well from the Monster Tunnel, and I already feel like they've been put in a cage by the CT setup. Look at this. 3-man aggressive, Long and Party. They're going to get a very rude shock, Chad, when they turn these corners. Ooh. Searson, this time, his aggressive maneuver has been punished, but I'm afraid Keto's aggressive maneuver's better. Brolin keeps it level. Double push out of there from Keto. Taps into fill the hole, and they are even... Dude, they're taking Monster right back.
Yeah,
what's going on?
Big have really shown up today, wanting a fight. There is huge gaps right now, so it's really going to depend on where Fnatic maneuver, but they don't know that this aggressive plays come in.
Why does it feel like a Tabson double every day of the week?
He has the silence then for two.
He's going to catch a timing here. Like, as they're progressing toilets, oh, he has caught a perfect timing. He's got the game sense tuned to perfection, and as he turns the corner, he's got a round winner on his plate. Oh, couldn't quite finish dessert. Mezzi lives on.
A's open right now. Crims is heading back towards B. That's where the low HP of Gade is, and Gade, you need to stop moving right now.
Looks the wrong way, averts his gaze, and it's all onto Tizian. Crims to take the space back and rotates on its way. Tizian does have the slight health advantage. He'd need a first immediately, and the bodyguard yet to reveal himself. Mezzi does get the bomb down. They could line up for him. Careful now, you know where he is. Playing around ABC. He's giving it all he's got. Makes sense, they got so much money.
Everyone's blind.
No reason not to go for it. And a great recovery out of Fnatic. Considering how that started, Brolin did an awful lot. Mezzi, the fact he doesn't go down to Tabson, I had to find that frag quick. We might see it in the replay. See how quickly Mezzi had to piece that one together.
Yeah, Tabson's going to feel like he's lost the round right there with that one. Searson is getting punished more and more so. A nice double there from Keto. Should have been the double here from Tabson. You can just see that the quick little dink and not finishing off with that second bullet.
Very close. I mean, that's some revenge from Fnatic, considering all of that aggression from Big Clan. It's the first time we've seen it not work.
Big are playing right now like W gamers, right? Just holding that W. Like, obviously not just running. There's a method to their madness, but they're not allowing Fnatic to have that room, and while they're coming out on top of it at this point, I think they're happy to just sit and wait and allow those frags to come their way. Fanned out again, Mezzi towards B, Crims connector, Alex, Brolin and Jaquinho working on this A control, and finally, Big have had no choice. They've said, well, we're giving too many casualties up, we're not winning out these mid-rounds the way we should, let's play passive. Searson tucked in deep towards long. Tabson jump peeking from the dice boxes. I
know you say passive, but Gade being standing on top of the sandbag, it's not the most passive I've seen.
He's got a friend.
A CT.
He's got a friend.
Look
with
at that
him.
angle, though. Wow. Crims and his project in the underpass. So far, I think he's been doing a fantastic job. He's caught Searson in that duel. It's not a fun role necessarily. You've got a lot of responsibility for your life. Searson, he's re-aggressing. He has the support of Tabson and Tizian. The Big Clan setup is rather forward here on Banana, but flashing through. Alex converts. He even anticipates another good damage into Tabson, hiding around the smoke. Oh, but he revenge strikes with a double. And that will channel them straight back to the B bomb site. So far, it's undermanned. If they're quick about this, Jaquinho back on that T side AWP, I should highlight. And Gade's got there just in the nick of time. Crims trying to disrespect it. Keto laughs it off. Oh, and Jaquinho, no time for this, mate.
Yeah, they had the timing right there. The smoke would have bloomed as they were both crossing into the site, but they didn't realize how clear the runway could have been. I know Gade had just tucked in time, but still could have been some fights that Fnatic could have won. We'll call that 8. We'll call that the half for Big right now. And just great trading back and forth. Alex's double was great. Tabson's was a necessity here for Big. And then in the late round, just Big, some nice shots off of Keto here. This was, wow. Alex could not have had a better job with that first kill. Seriously, literally putting his head in front of the crosshair.
So Big Clan, in our, 14 rounds of play, have had 11 multi-kill rounds.
Okay. So their individuals are
every individual has at least had one multi-kill. And there's another one for Keto. Searson, he really wants to demand control of Fountain. It's a large amount of map control to want to take away, and flashed off. Alex spots him out. They know Searson's up to his usual antics, and that will send him hacking. Crims. Doesn't even matter if it's the AWP or the Deagle. Searson's still got your number.
Yeah, really tried to bail his teammates out there. Crims, Jaquinho will be the one to do it. Tabson falls, and now a bit of momentum over towards that A side if they'd like. Mezzi's still over towards B, so I don't think we're going to see Fnatic operate too quickly here, but a car crash towards short is on the cards. Tizian spam on through. He's alive, but Mezzi gets baited in.
Baited it in so hard. He heard that M4 mag empty, and his eyes were just bloodlusting towards that left side.
What can Alex do now?
He can do a lot. He's got a gap. He's patrolling it nicely. If Searson takes a cursory glance prior to... Oh, he's been spotted. Very much spotted. And continuing his walk up is brave. Keto laughs at him. 2v4 now for Fnatic. End this half on a high. It looks like Big Plan's 9. The only one man to change my mind. Giacchino up against 4 of the German squad. Baits him in. Knows where Searson is. It's a 2-man setup. He knows Bin's a possibility. Turns the flash. And that's the end of that. Solid. And I think they're my hot favorite up against this Fnatic.
Yeah, they've looked good in the first half. Let's see what this attack can bring. Now, they have a lot of utility. 3 players have invested into some form of a grenade here. A bunch of flashes.
Ooh.
This is a 4-man B stack, which is very standard on a CT side B play, and they're having a crawl on in.
Mezzy wants a look, and hi everybody. I'm not really gonna want to take another. Get the hell out of there. They've got themselves the opening kill.
1 and run. It's a good methodology to play by. So some of that utility has been used. Most of it is still to come.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Giacchino, if that door opens, yes, that's the click he wanted. Oh, perfect. Baited into perfection. Searson's a problem for them, though. How has he just got his head on a swivel like that? And he's only gone and made it 3. Giacchino recovers for the boys. A triple kill out of him, looking much more consistent than we saw out of him yesterday. Less pressure, perhaps, on the shoulders. A good team talk with the Fnatic boys. Tizian trying to fake out with a smoke towards the A site. Making the steps, really trying to convince them here, and maybe even just full committing. Brolin's alone.
Has to win this fight.
He does. And he's got the Glock, so movement's his best friend here, and surely a fake. No, he's actually holding it. Brolin should have him here. Yeah. Oh. Ooh, he actually stopped the plant. I assumed that went down. It must have been a millisecond in it.
Almost got the respect there to get that bomb down. 9-7, and Fnatic with both pistols here within this match. So that's a huge step in the right direction, especially when it comes to your map choice. Now, we were talking about how the defense yesterday against Na'Vi was pretty strong. Let's see how strong it can be. It will be tested immediately by 4 Deagles and a Scout.
Wow, the 5 SMG strap.
I don't love it.
I've never seen it like...
I don't, especially on a map like Overpass, I don't love it.
Okay.
If they don't go B, I hate it.
Yeah, we'll see how this one shapes up. It could go very wrong. A couple of Deagle mid-range headshots, and it gets awkward.
Maybe they haven't had a chance to talk through their anti-ecos yet. Let's wait and see how this one pans out before I get too pessimistic, and then I'll tell you why after the fact.
Oh, yeah, that's a Deagle, and it favors the Deagle at that range. Giacchino will drop his smoke. Chad prepares to feel hard done by, and I think Tizian will as well. 2 nades thrown through the smoke at his location. He's got 10 HP left. It has kept them busy, Giacchino's smoke.
He needs to value his life here, Tizian. He needs to stay as a member on the board right now. Searson trying to pressure long, and if they just stay tucked in the site, the crossfires of the SMGs is what can bail them out of this dangerous situation they found themselves in. But if they start wandering, they don't convert, well, that's where the conversation comes in. But they do convert, and Crisis should be averted right here.
Lovely flash out of Mezzy. One to test the water is Keto. Oh dear, that Deagle has found its mark, and if they find another in quick succession, Brolin's so low, but he's a real problem child for them. Finally, they'll shut him down, and this one should just peter out. Alex confirms that it will not be a problem. Fnatic, well, they deal with the anti-force spy, and they should have a couple of people able to pick up something that's not an SMG.
Well, right now, you know it is going to be the full eco in the next round of play. So even if you wanted to have one player now just operate with a USP, that's fine. They can be pretty honest with their upgrades here. But some of the problems with going 5 SMGs and almost 5 SMGs on a lot of maps is, especially long-range maps, you can see that they don't have the favor in the certain fights, right? Those Deagles, if they're able to get the space they're looking for, they catch you moving between position to position. That's when you can really get rinsed. But over towards B, well, it works perfectly. Alex and Brolin showing you the tight corners without the head armor and how juicy these SMGs look. That is some tasty stuff.
Brolin's farming, dude. Like, I think he actually dropped that M4 for Mezzy.
Hooked him up.
Just returning to the SMG and farming a little extra cash as well. So he's really farmed over these last 2 rounds. He's got another 4,500 in the bank account as well.
bonus scenario here.
Yeah, now, we saw Alex charging towards that short pipe. I wouldn't hate seeing another taste of aggression again.
Yeah, they have a couple of moves they could go for here. Jaquinho's brought out the AWP, which might want them to play a little bit more passive, and Brolin's got his M4 back, and Mezzi's into the MP9 now. So just juggling the guns around. Let's see if that affects the CT setup here. Molly extinguished, space being forced here by Big as they try and work on their T side. Are they going to be in as much trouble as what Fnatic found their default? Just getting pushed and prodded and poked. It was annoying.
Yeah, but they've aggressed short to the point where they've called it clear. That's going to get Brolin responsible for long, and he is on an island. Make no mistake, it is just Brolin versus 3 here. He's got his signature rifle, and the crosshair placement, fantastic for 2. Well played out of Brolin. Good to see that he's still got it in him. Now, the bomb is under his nose. I don't know how he's supposed to get anything more done. He's getting hunted from multiple angles. It'd be great to bail him out. The flash isn't bad. Oh, perfect flash from Jaquino. And it does translate into another for Brolin.
He's done it all here,
Yeah.
Roland. This round's already looking done and dusted. Tizian about to be pushed again. Jaquino has to hit this, and will. And one man of Gade standing against the world. He goes down as well, and great stuff there from the Fnatic CT side. So first test passed, and that was a bit of a bonus, right? They even were unable to get close enough to those AKs to get the upgrades here. Brolin did it all on his own, and Jaquino finished it off before they could get the goodies. So
his crosshair, like, he didn't have to move a millimeter for that first frag, and the second came nicely on his tuck back in, forcing that other player wide. And Jaquino, 2 important frags. You know, he couldn't let those slip, and he didn't. Strong stuff so far out of him in our second day of play.
It's like the 3 players over towards B just defending with these SMGs, and if the pistols are big, get pushed away from A again, they might just end up directly into their hands. Look at this, the nades have been perfect. Great stuff here from Fnatic. And
yeah, Alex, I mean, okay.
Maybe a bit much.
I think he got a little lulled in with the fact that he's gone and done that same walk 3 times and found nothing other than victory. This time now, it has put a UMP into the hands of Big Clan, should they retrieve it.
By the nade wars we've got going on here, just targeted positions on the map being...
airstrikes.
Yeah, multiple. Not expecting a lot out of this round. Now, the kill onto Alex is nice, but this is still going to be very difficult for Big. They've been spotted, they've been pushed.
Yeah, this is all Fnatic, unless Tizian's UMP did a whole lot more than that.
Wasn't ready for that whatsoever. Now they're just funneled in through Monster.
$600 a kill. Mezzi's happy to pocket an extra 1,200. Oof.
1,500 at the end there. P250. Bada bing, bada bang. And 11-9. So that half lead that Big had is quickly disintegrated here. And Mezzi and Crims, no joke, are still holding on to the MP9s. Crims has 10K. Mezzi has 8.7. They are still exclusively using the SMGs. Okay, Mezzi's just swapped it with Alex, so those 2 MP9s are still in play, but they've given Mezzi a rifle at least. So, look, things are going swimmingly. Tabs really brought back out this Krieg, so let's see. Is it really still here to play?
There's a big gathering of men's towards that monster tunnel. Now, it's interesting they've naded off the door there. Crims wants to actively fight for that. Brolin set up for success. He can support that short aggress if they try it. Now, all the way from underpass with his rifle. And this is a pretty fully bought up team. Oh my goodness. Okay, I didn't notice initially, but Tabson has pulled out his Krieg. Now, that was a big part of his fragging on Dust 2 in the opening day of play. 35 frags from him in well under 30 rounds. And they're walking in. Contact so far, no one. It's just Alex, the early warning system, but there's so many men on the site. Gade's the first to swing in, and yeah, call this one done. Just 3 frags in quick succession out of Gade. Some great shooting, completely ripped them out of the server. And that's Big Clan's first gun round response. After Fnatic not only winning both pistols, but converting 4 and 5 rounds respectively off the back of it. And it's left them with a very comfortable lead. Big Clan, however, responding kind.
Yeah, really good stuff there. Just had to stroll on in, hit a couple of nice shots. More of a contact-style maneuver there from Big.
Look how many nades they've still got. Like, that's a demonstration of exactly what you're talking about.
Well, they should be able to hold on to all their weaponry as well here. I think that the Fnatic players, Jaquinho and Brolin, are more than happy to stay over towards Playground. Lots of cash in the back pocket here for buys. You just heard me talking about Mezzi and Crims's finances. Well, the rest of the team in a very similar position. Now I think we will see rifles come out for everybody. Won't be any more silly MP9s floating on through, but if you've got them and it's working, you can't really fault them. They've been having such a field day. Gay does 3 lovely, lovely shots, all headshots as well. Cream crack it on the B site.
Ooh, a little bit of Philadelphia on a cracker. Does go down well.
Bit of a treat. On toast, it's good too.
Yeah, I used to put cream cheese on like the biscuits. What are they called? Not a rich tea. Like a hobnob. Hobnob in Philadelphia.
Isn't it? A hobnob's not a savory biscuit, is it?
It's not savory per se, but it's more like, you know, it's got a savory texture.
Okay.
It's crunchy and bibbly and bobbly.
Okay.
Bit of sweet, bit of cheese. It's pretty good.
I'd only be having a hobnob with a tea or a coffee. I don't know if I'd be having it with any Philadelphia cheese.
Put a thick layer of Philadelphia on your hobnob and let me know what you think.
Now we're living. Well, it's back towards B.
For anyone that doesn't know, that is a biscuit brand. Now, Crims is in trouble. A lot of it, actually, because Jakino has to support him. He's lost his teammate now. Would love that divider smoke to slow him down. It looks like Big have called a cancel, but Keto's full committed.
He don't cancel.
And he's in. He's doing it all. Jakino far enough warning shots, but Big Clan evacuating the site. Surely Fnatic will piece together that they're getting a bit quiet, a bit suspiciously quiet. Is the door open? Gonna have to open it themselves. No, never mind. No sound cue required.
But still, it kind of would have felt better if they had just regressed towards B because of that cut noise, right? Fnatic are immediately thinking they just ran straight towards A. Really, they didn't run anywhere. They were just waiting to see what happened with Keto, transitioning for this play. And now, as they transition through the bathrooms, they have 2 players on top of the site. Brolin in a power position here, tucked in the wedge next to the Optimus, and Jaquinho playing a safe line with the AWP from Bank as well. This might fall apart for Big. 25 seconds as well, timer problem.
Oh, that smoke's perfect.
Yeah, they're screwed.
Yeah. As long as Brolin can get one here. 15 seconds, they pause. And it looks like they're just going to try and plant safe in the smoke. If they can deny this, it's over. It's over. Yeah, call it done. Gade and Searson to save. They could hunt them down here after time. It could start. 2 seconds left. Searson's gotten away.
That was a really goofy round. I don't know how else to label that.
Can you help add some perspective as to what Big Clan were thinking as they were moonwalking out of the site with Keto still committed?
Well, now that communication's not meant to be a problem, I don't know what they were thinking. Because like once you've gone in, this is fine, right? This maneuver is fine. You go into Monster and you try and find a kill and you can evacuate. We've seen a lot of that, right? Everyone's doing that because it's such an A-map position. But with not taking the space or not at least being audible off of what Keto's doing, they just wasted 10 to 15 seconds. And then when they went to take the site, they saw that smoke, they kind of panicked and went, well, maybe if we can just plant. But then nobody contested or did anything to try and disable somebody like Brolin from denying the bomb going down. So it's just an odd one there from Big, a bit flat with their choices. And we get back underway. I don't know why tabseN, you know, the Krieg, it's curious, right? Just because you had a good game with it yesterday, are we really going to see if you have a good game with it again?
Why are you in the anti-Krieg fan club?
It's just not great, is it? It's okay. It's not, like, when you have the weapon known as the AK-47.
Oh, yeah.
Why do you need a Krieg? You don't really need a Krieg.
I mean, yeah. But maybe he's just a hipster.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, so, is it because he had a good performance the other day? I'm going to be the guy who's good with the Krieg. That's me.
My thing. Those stack nades look good. If you're on barrels, you are a dead man. Unfortunately for Fnatic, everyone lives on. Widely spaced. And, I mean, so far, if you think about it, Fnatic, their setups alone have avoided the boost and the stack nades. So they're already up in that respect. And Big Clan spreading out for a bit of a late default.
Yeah, they were good late yesterday. This is a must-win fight for Tizian against Brolin, or he's just going to rip this default apart. Oh, reactions.
Yikes. Completely looking the wrong way. Still gets it.
There's a minute on the clock, and now they still have to deal with Brolin down towards connector before they can decide if they want to go A or B. This is a hard round for Big to win.
And re-aggression out of Jakino as well. This could be perfectly timed, and he was so close to hunting down that Searson. So many bodies. Good shot. tabseN's down. Jakino with 2. He could even find the 3rd here. Searson's posted up. Brolin to hunt. Good find from him, and Gade's the last victim. They know exactly where you are, and they're not going to play this one too aggressive. They don't need to. They've got everything locked down. Even Crims could mantle up and go for a little bit of a hunt. It looks like he will. He'll call it clear, so Gade's return to T-spawn is going to be predictable.
That's fine. They get the max loss bonus. They can all buy, but these T rounds for Big, they're nowhere to be found. Remember, 9-6 on the half. They've only posted 1 gun round since. or 1 round since the half, and it's not looking convincing at all. So this is Fnatic here really shutting things down. Now, obviously, this is a map that they're picking, so maybe it's the one that went best for them in practice, the one where maybe Alex feels that he can use his pieces, or the calling on the T side feels the most comfortable. They're looking good here. Saw a tweet from Hawker yesterday talking about how Mezi, traditionally the A holder, is now playing the B rotator, which is quite a interesting role to play. You need to be able to support that A defense on some timings. Your utility needs to be on point. You're often in these more brawly situations.
And he ended that particular game, which Hawker was referencing, you know, his first official in a new role on that map against Na'Vi of all people, and he had a high frag total. I don't have the number in front of me, but well into the mid-20s, I believe.
Yes. So this is where you're getting to see how the Fnatic individuals are being used, right? You've heard me say Brolin and Crims are very good players. Well, Mezi's showing that he can do it up against some of the best. Right now, just with 14, but Brolin has 19. Jacquinho is the one who's standing out from yesterday. He was the lowest rated player in the group after day 1 of play. He looks like he wants to change that narrative. Had impact on the pistol rounds, having impact here as well with that CT-sided AWP. But Big, they're the ones looking to change the tune of this one. Crawl through connector. Tizian on his lonesome. This time, no Brolin at home. Fnatic have opted for a 4-man B lean in case of one of those monster pop plays again. And while that might come later in the round, but for now, Big are just working their way for this standard A control. Flashes, jumps, smokes, you name it, just to press Fnatic back, and they are already well and truly back. Jacquinho is towards the front of sight with that AWP. Brolin, he's had enough of waiting.
Oh, good timing on Jacquino's re-aggression here.
They've found good timings on this a couple times now.
Yeah, they have, and I think their confidence has come from Brolin's arrival. He's now kind of baiting in. Like, if he can take a shot, dream is he gets a kill. That will lull them into trying to avoid that AWP and walk straight on into Brolin. Tabsint across back, and oh, that's the bomb. Big Clan have to recover that. That's going to cost them what little utility they have.
And time.
Oh, and it's a bad smoke. Yikes from me, D-O-double-G. They've got the smoke, and they've just got the bomb. Tizian's bunny hops have found it, and suddenly with the death of Alex, maybe it's game on. Yeah, bouncing straight back towards Crimson's location. Good positioning of the smoke, and cancel again.
25.
Down through Monster. Bomb's on its way through. Calling for Jacquino and Mezi to support. And Crims just stands to delay. Another great frag. The bomb's 15. On its way. Oh, how does he get 2 out of that? Crims has done more than enough, you'd think. And yeah, 14 for Fnatic. Okay, so I know I said Big Clan come into this one as perhaps the favorites in the head-to-head, but Fnatic definitely once again returning with a strong case on their CT side.
Yeah, this one's looking very flat for Big's T calling here, and I think that when you have a look at the way Fnatic are using their CT side, they had Brolin aggressive in a previous gun round, and it slowed them down. This time, they were being more cautious in how they were clearing, right, and making sure they got connector control earlier, but they were passive, and they're in a 4-man B stack, right?
Yeah.
And then as soon as that timer, okay, guys, it's not going to be the B hit, let's bolster A, they've managed to get Mezi over there to watch long, Brolin to help out Jacquinho, perfect aggression there to catch them on a timing, and now they're mixing it up with another aggressive move. So this has been very versatile, this CT side.
I like the calling, I do.
Pretty nice to watch.
Oh my god, am I a Fnatic fan now?
Well, I think you were just because of the British flag.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Well, it's a B pop, but it's a retake B setup here. Brolin will be behind them. So all you need to do right now is Fnatic, you can let them in, you can let them plant, try and stall them out, keep your numbers alive, and do as much damage with utility, because Brolin's coming on the flank.
There's the flank revealed, Searson down, and that bomb should be matched soon. So, patience prevails for Crimsy Boy. And, I mean, Big Clan going to be happy that they got the bomb down. I don't think happy, perhaps, is the word to use, considering the state of affairs they're currently in.
Have to hit a couple bangers here, Keto.
Yeah, and that's one. And that was a threat. Crims not having any of it, though, and that's 15 for Fnatic. Now, this is their map pick, and you're starting to see why. Well ironed out. a nice mix of aggression and info plays. I really saw, I mean, like, don't forget, Big Clan, they've tried it all. They've just been deterred by a Jakino AWP or a Brolin M4, and then you try and go on the B site. Crim says no. It's so far, they haven't found anything that feels like the path of least resistance.
No, it has been quite hard here, and I think for Big, if they now opt to go back to something B heavy, this is where we'll see Alex call to have multiple members over towards B. So really good mix-ups on this CT side, and for me, going into map number 2, which is Dust 2, having Jaquinho in the server is really important. Dust 2 with your AWP offline is a problem. That's not going to be the case here today, but let's see. Do Big have any more resistance to give? This could be the last round here for them, as Fnatic have reached the magical number of 15. And it is just a standard CT setup right now. Alex and Crims are working on short control. Jaquinho towards long, Brolin babysitting the front of bathrooms, and this is a lot of space taken here.
Yeah, and this is a dream kill distribution for Fnatic as well in their officials. I mean, looking at that, Mezzi, Jaquinho, Brolin.
The future?
The future, precisely. Crims is going to be your pillar of consistency and experience, popping off with his dirty 30s on occasion. Now, they're walking long, and this is Brolin's responsibility. The flash will get Brolin ready, as well as the sound cues, so he's had at least 2 steps. And he just peeks off a flash. That's so brave. It costs him his life, as well as the life of Tabson.
Lots of info, though.
It is. You can see the reaction out of Fnatic. They start their aggress, and it's even trades across the board. Crims lives on. Tizian walking straight into that AWP, and Fnatic just 2 frags away here from taking their map pick. Dust 2 looms. Searson to recover. He's got plenty of nades.
He's setting something up.
Yeah, but, I mean, look at their defense. If you try and go A, I really don't fancy your chances here, boys. Long into A. Mezzi to deny you.
That's a good smoke, so, oh, they're not actually using it here. That smoke denies the vision if they were to cross long into sight, but they're walking into this orb. Oh, the timing, he didn't even see it.
That's all right, Crims has found it, solved the mystery, and knows exactly where you are. Keto, 1 versus 3, and immediately makes it 1v2. He'll have just enough time to plant, and this could shape up to be a very threatening round. Will the tilt begin for Fnatic? Jaquinho crawling up short. What a nade, he's so low. 1 bullet will do nicely. They're going to spray the smoke. Jaquinho's clearing. And there you have it. Fnatic take their map picks on nades. It's 3 unarmored Ts. Let's see how that shapes up for them. So hinge smoke, nice and standard, easy right click.
Just reminding himself there, Tabson, with which lineup it was. I guess the correct combination. And they're going to make their way up short here. So flashed in. Called clear, pressure applied now. Keep in mind how passive we have Mezzi over towards Pit. He might play into this late, especially if Tizian goes for a flank.
So Tizian's throwing his smoke from way downtown. It will act as a full cell. And they're going to commit through that, it looks like. At least dumping the util to try and force the CTs to over-rotate. Keto full commit, and Alex nearly finished the job. Keto's gotten away with a scrap of health, and now they're dipping their toes into the mid to B. Big Clan, they're just trying to fake you out. Jaquino's done well to provide one as well. It's Brolin that's laughing it off. Gade, this is the frag, and it's confirmed. Big Clan fall by the wayside, and Fnatic greet them with an easy first.
Oof. Yanko's bringing up the fact about the Swedish core, you know, not having a whole lot of D2, right? But I'm just looking at the setup. If they run with Brolin and Crims both holding the B bomb site, those are like 2 little turrets.
Yeah.
2 little turrets that could. And that right there might make Big's life with those funkier maneuvers that they just tried much harder. Because I feel like if they come mid to B, Brolin's watching mid, he gets 2. I feel if they try and come out tunnels, Crims watching tunnels, he gets 2. So we'll have to see how that one comes into play just here.
Yeah, I also feel like Alex in general is going to be one of those leaders that's not going to call for those over-rotates. He had a chance, and then Brolin's lost his. Good dig out of Keto to start us off. Round 2, and already Jaquinho on notice as well. Searson double scout connections. Problems for Fnatic. They have to fill the gap, so now it's going to be a 1-1-1 defense.
This one fell apart very quickly, didn't it?
It did, yeah. Brolin didn't think too much of that first fight he took, and it resulted in his loss, and perhaps even the loss of this second round. Now, up against at least 1 rifle. There's 2, in fact. Mezzi with the FAMAS.
Keto's been quite good in terms of entry fragging, I think, in lieu of Zantares not being in this team now. So we'll keep eyes on that as this group progresses. But as we focus in on round number 2, if they all just go short right here, it will just be Mezzi towards the top of sight.
Oh, Alex is playing with fire here. He's going to get shot in
God,
the back.
Thompson's just going to kill him.
Yeah, he gets one, but yeah, problems now for Fnatic and Crim's M4. If they do run into mid, this is the dream for him, and that's the bomb. Okay, Crims can save it for Fnatic. Hard duels, but he's won them out. At least the first two, and Crims just denies. There you go. Fnatic return with the rifles and deal with Big Clan after some great early picks.
Yeah, that just looked way too good. So Alex's death spurred them on to the mid to B, and Crims got to profit from all of that. This is what I'm talking about with Crims. Like, on the CT side, as a defensive player, somebody that you can just, you know, wind him up and let him go, Crims is phenomenal. So that right there just bailed Fnatic out in a massive way. And Big, after a great start, find themselves just back down to pistols. So getting a little bit ahead of themselves with that mid-round call. It looks so good, it all falls apart. Just crazy how quick you can go from good to bad.
Alex, this is brave. He wants to threaten them early, and he could lose his life. And M4, oh, full commit up against the Glocks. More Goosh and dinks through.
It's all right.
I mean, it's fine. It's just that M4 now on Tizian's hands. He's going to get to hold on to it, inspect it. Brolin, the Tooth Fairy M4.
Yeah, I'm not too worried. I think if Alex didn't get a kill and died, maybe a different story. Bullets through. Damage exchanged.
They bloody love a plant. I don't see a world in which they're going to be able to get close to the site. I mean, admittedly, Giacchino has gone conservative with his buy.
Very much so. Now, maybe this is where the M4 does start to become a bit of a conversation. If he was just against the Glocks, the P250s, and the Deagle, then yeah, no worries, because no head armor. But the M4, a little bit different conversation.
Ooh, I'm scared. Oh, Giacchino is not. Just a couple more taps into the dome required, and Tizian's M4 is good for one. Is it good for the plant? Where's that bomb gone?
Oh, did it drop down?
It might have, dude. I don't see it.
Oh,
I don't see it.
Yep.
Oh, that's a bugger.
Oh,
that is.
bother.
Yeah.
That's almost the round right there. You're not going to get back into this. That's the nightmare as you're taking A and you're crossing that bridge. If you die and the bomb drops into spawn, the CT's profit. And it all falls apart. So I do think they need to die here. Sirison is going to want this loss bonus.
Oh, yeah.
Want to find now just that M4. And there you have it. So 3 rounds on the trot here. Not too many dramas. A couple of wobbles, but Fnatic, they get through. Now, this is where Giacchino will get to buy into his AWP. The same for Sirison. This is the battle I want to see on Dust 2.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've really highlighted the importance of Giacchino maintaining that overpass form. Big part for me, as well as the fact that this is now 3 for 3 pistol rounds going Fnatic's way so far.
Oh dear, okay. Well, that is definitely more than a step in the right direction.
Chad. Like, they haven't even lost a single conversion.
That is probably even more of an important factor right there. Sirison hanging around here in the one-way smoke. They know it's up. Brolin won't overstep the mark. And out the gates on this one, Fnatic have done a 4-man lean over towards A. So if they were just to spring it over towards the B bomb site, Crims would be on his lonesome. But right now, gathering top middle here, and we might have a biff. Alex, Giacchino close. Mezzi to set them up with a flash. Molly denies that prospect for about 7 seconds. So we're gearing up for some highly contested mid-action here.
Yeah, this is going to get messy. It is Crims solo on B, so if they do just go and commit to this mid to B, it's going to be a whole squad up against one. Keto, going to give it a good look. Crims wants to have a glance. It's about timing, and Keto laughs it off. How does Alex get 2 there? Never mind 2. Oh. It's nearly 3. Poor Tizian. He caught a lot of flack. He's working with just 8 points of health, and they're still trying to maneuver that bomb B. Chad, if they go now, there's no one home. Yeah,
they're expecting Brolin though, right? And because of that 4-man lean, he's not there. He's actually just rotating back over towards CT spawn with the rest of the team now.
They're asking a lot of Giacchino. How's he supposed to hit this shot on the cross? It's going to be a door bang. Oh, it doesn't choose to take the shot.
Okay, well, they still have to get the bomb. Oh, that's one way to do it. Chuck it across the doors. So the bomb will go down now.
And Sirson's in such a prime position to punish this rotate back. They're playing around with the sound cues, and yeah, just a little shy of the mark for Mezzi. That might be enough to spur them into a save. You've got an AWP, you don't want to be losing it. Giacchino's recovered even more with the kit and the nades, now scooped up. Get out of there.
That sucks. After the hard work from Alex there, it felt like it should have been enough to at least contest the rounds here, but Sirison, we saw it yesterday. He's doing more of it today, just controlling those rotations. So once they're able to park him mid-doors, he becomes a real threat. You can I guess, negate this in the future. For example, if Brolin had pushed long, you know, that it's very risky to push long. You know, we've got to hold our horses there. It's not that simple. But if they are expecting that type of a play and they do push long, they can catch Syrison just holding those rotations.
I mean, Alex did way more than
he did a lot
you could expect. Tizian with 8 points of health. But yeah, this was Syrison just confirming and forcing the save. Mezzi, he considered it. Like, they made all the sound cues.
Yeah. Then that's the thing. But when you know and you still kind of fall foul to it, that's just frustrating. But that saved AWP, they can purchase again. Alex is going to be into a UMP and Crim's onto a Deagle. So really, we're going to turn our attention to the rifles of Mezzi, Brolin, and Jaquinho.
Good flashes, completely buying space. And Tabson's in. Into pit, into long, a 4-man commit. Tizian, the housekeeper of B. Let's see how this one shapes up. Brolin pushing for info early here. Oh, this is great. Oh, and Brolin so ready for it. Tizian gone, and Crims is called tons clear. They're going to have 3 here. This is great stuff out of Fnatic. Early info provided. They've got a one-way from Mezzi to drop. Now would be the time. Alex is playing with a very risky maneuver. Just wanted to confirm how pushed up they were. Mezzi's dropped his one-way, peeking over the top of it. And Searson's hoping for frags. He's not going to get anything early here. Just a flash and a potential contact from Alex. He's going to push with the SMG. Mezzi delivers. And that's the SMG now alive. Takes down an AWP. They claw it back, trying to keep it competitive. That smoke, that divider smoke, they're still lingering in it. They can't necessarily deny the safe plant, but they will. Good catch, just in the nick of time from Brolin. Leaves Gade with it all to do. Too low, really, to make an impact. And so much time. 2 of them in Gandalf. This has become a new evolution of this A-side defense. And a reaction, I think, to these all-ins on long. Now he's clearing it. If he gets the potential double, he knows short's potential as well. A bomb plan's nice.
Take that, and that's all they'll take. Jaquinho gets the kill. Fnatic get the round and handled. It did look messy for a moment, but alleviating all that pressure, they could turn their attention just towards that long cross. And just good use of the smokes, right? Over the top with the one-way, being able to use one late for Brolin there as well to deny the bomb going down, at least the first time.
And catching Syrson with that flash SMG push as well, like it's very rare that Searson's going to be that pushed up. I think because of the smokes, enough time has passed that he feels like he has to try and help make an impact to bail those ramp players out. And that was the finish as well. Lovely denial on that smoke. So great defense out of Fnatic.
Speaking about Fnatic, they have double AWPs right now. And they also have a Krieg on Brolin. So they got a couple Scopey boys in the server here. Let's see if they want to test Syrison. Not serious, Syrison. Let me try that again. Why are you so serious?
Syrison.
There you go, we can work with that. Now, Crim's AWPing. How do you feel about that?
I kind of doubt it.
Yeah, I'm going to check how many AWP kills he has in total in his entire career, actually. One second.
I reckon it's under 50.
Under 50 in his entire career?
His entire career.
Okay.
I remember Rain had something even more ridiculous than that.
Yeah, it's pretty low on him.
There it is. Crims does put the AWP in the feed, and Big Clan are in jeopardy already. Losing 2 players this early into the piece, and Alex is already flanking you. Oh, Jesus. Big Clan pantsed. Red face. Great reaction out of Syrson to at least punish, but Brolin's in a prime position to tap your head, and he's far too good with that Krieg. Ooh, and there's another. You know what, Chad? I did want to bring it up when we were talking about Tabson's Krieg, but now Brolin has started the subject for us. That at the peak of his career, when he was the most threatening, it was during the Krieg hour. Now, he's very comfortable on that rifle. He's always had a very affinity for it. His answers in interviews were as simple as, I don't know, I just like the gun.
Yeah.
So he didn't really give us any more nuance than that, but a nasty death for Tizian to stomach.
Sometimes it's as simple as that, isn't it? But I just had a look. Now, Crims has, in his entire career, as per HLTV.org, has 12,498 kills with the AK.
12,000?
Yeah, the next closest would be the M4 with 4,591. So quite a steep drop off there.
Yeah.
But as you go down to the down the list, you get to number 11, and he actually has a lot more AWP kills than I thought.
Oh, go on.
518.
That's what I said, actually. I said about 500 was my guess.
Yeah, so 518 kills with the AWP. That right there.
In a career with 14,000 AK frags.
Yeah, so that's crazy. Let me just check, like, in recent history, maybe it's been going up as the years have gone by for Crims.
Crimsy boy, the AWPer. And he is completely smoked off, and they've managed to evade him completely. That's a flash for his teammate, Alex. Just a little late, couldn't quite strike. Brolin activated now for the doors flank. Jacquino's going to be all alone on that A site. It's up to Big Clan where they want to go with this. A conservative buy. Couple of Kevlar vests, some pistols, and looking bad now as Brolin's down. Crims is vulnerable, still stands strong, but they're coming in, and backs are turned to the lurk smoke. Mezzi's got a lot of work on his plate here. Multiple targets.
Needs another.
Needs another, can't provide it, and so Jacquino is just handed a real nasty one. He's just going to be running off to save him. Big Clan, what they can't do with rifles, they do with no armor and SMGs.
Yeah, it's crazy that they're able to make so much more out of these lighter buys. Just, you can see Brolin caught out, trying to scamper back from that mid-doors fight. Crims only getting one for his troubles there, swarm from either side. Look, we'll just continue to build, because I don't know if that AWP situation from Crims was an intentional pickup, right? Or if they're just going to rock one. But let me add a bit more context to that. In 2021, he only has 10 AWP kills in total, right? So he's not known to be an AWPer. His career goes back to, what would we be talking, 2013, 2014. So, look, the AWP in his hands, maybe that's the evolution of Crims, right? Now that he's going to have to become something a little bit different. We don't know exactly what is in store for all the members of Fnatic in terms of how they're going to approach the game. That would be cool.
Yeah, and he's always been a very reserved individual as well. So seeing him in that interview speaking English and speaking about how he's kind of surprised himself in his not only ability or his proficiency in communicating in his second language. I mean, he's been playing, like you just talked about it, for 13,000 of those AK frags, dude. He's been doing it all in Swedish.
Yeah.
You know, this is it's a brand new experience. And Big Clan, they're not too dissimilar. Don't forget, they're returning to the native tongue of German after transitioning to a primarily English-speaking roster with Zantares. So I do think there's just a little extra touch in terms of your ability to communicate efficiently. I think it helps you actually, you know, be more concise and specific.
Oh, indeed.
In the heat of the moment.
Indeed. Now, this is a risky push here.
Yeah, I'm not sure how brave he's going to be about this. He's going to get himself into the power position.
Brave.
Very, very brave. Shadow, advantage. Mezzi can't get out of there. He takes 1.5. It ain't bad.
Yeah, you can see how he used the smoke molly timing there to secure control of the bedroom, but now there's pressure on A. Here they come.
Yeah, Jacquino's panicked about short, panicked about long. Alex has saved the day. That frag is everything. But now he's lost his AWP. He's a dead man walking. Keto, huge impact again for Big Clan. If Brolin could do anything, with only the FAMAS, they're asking so much of him, and he's going to burn. Gets away with 10 HP, and he might be able to say play on. Oh, yoy.
Hard retake here, and they're using Bogdan's Law as well. AWP over to Brolin, find a bit more impact out of him here late.
Dude, I'm not sure Keto's going to anticipate a late long. He's
going to get there in time, though, and he's going to hear this. They have to get a wriggle on.
Yeah, he knows you're coming. You'd have to somehow bait that shot. It's too easy for him. Keto, 4 frags. That's all him.
And now Crims has to save the FAMAS instead of the AWP. So that really does rub a bit of salt in the wound there. Not the best way to lose that round, Fnatic. And you're right about Alex. He did a lot with just 1 kill. You really needed Jacquino to contribute from that long corner as well. And it's curious that they decided to go so quick on that, right? After Mezzi pushed long, they just quickly snowballed on that A split. So the decision-making of Big being fast this time round pays off for them.
They've talked about it, and they've opted for double or T side. We'll see Mezzi's aggression again. Now, it could have felt different, but Keto was very ready for that, and finding
got 3, did
4
he?
total.
Oh, okay.
All a Keto frag. Nice second as well. Oh, ouch. Yeah, and we got to see that duel he had with Jacquino as well. Case of Jacquino just missing that first shot. Good catch. You can see Mezzi there on your screens as well. Still weird for me just to process. He's wearing the Fnatic jersey. Jacquino the same, of course, and at the top of the scoreboard in that first game on Overpass. T-side double AWP in play.
This could be curious.
It could be curious, especially considering the eco of sorts. Just that saved FAMAS and a P250 for Brolin to duke out with Glade. Glade? That's a
Glaive
air freshening brand.
It is too. Yeah. It is too. Well, yeah, look, the double AWPs on the T side of Dust 2, once upon a time, it wasn't a crazy rarity, right? It's only in like the more systematic style of Counter-Strike where everybody has a role and you have certain territory that you need to take. When Counter-Strike was a bit looser, all those years ago, it's... oh, there's the rifle gone. And there's one of the pistols as well. They'll pick that up, but I don't think they're going to be getting anything done with it. Famous not known to be everybody's best friend. So there we go, big bouncing back, 5-4 now, and we're starting to get a competitive affair here.
They've revealed the double AWP. Keto and Searson both in the feed with their AWP, so now it's common knowledge. Fnatic aware that it was saved off the corpse of Brolin in our previous round, round 8.
It is just strange to see that, right? Like you these days, you don't see a lot of it at all. So I've been liking the entry fragging that Keto's been doing in the last day and a half, and I guess if he can go for some of those maneuvers and make it work with the AWP, why the hell not? If you can be afforded that liberty here and you can profit from it, all good in the hood. As timeout taken and one by Fnatic here, just to talk through their financial options. There's not a huge amount of cash right now to get out all the goodies, but there is enough to get out a buy. And they're not going to let this moment pass.
Yeah, this is a huge game for Big Clan as well. And I want to highlight exactly why, because I'm just going to read you Group C. Group C houses Na'Vi, FaZe Clan, Mouse Sports, as well as, of course, the EG and Fnatic that they've already played or are currently playing. Now, a win against EG, I feel like that's going to be easy to come by for the majority.
For everybody.
Yeah, so let's call that one a bit of a dead rubber in that sense. But you've got to beat Mouse Sports, FaZe, Na'Vi. 2 of the 3 you have to beat if you really want to be looking to convert the playoff run. So up against Fnatic, this can be a very volatile result. If Big Clan can't post it, they're really setting the bar incredibly high for a playoff run. Yeah,
so I think starting off this group, just the unknowns around Fnatic and EG, where people would be having those two towards the bottom. So Fnatic have already shown they're here to fight. But for how long is... This is interesting. Searson trying the fade of the smoke here.
Yeah, and it's going to bait that blue bin position in very nicely if Mezzi's patient. Kino dunked on Mezzi. Will he be checked? That's a nice find onto Searson. He knows where you are, but Tizian again, good for it. Oh, Fnatic looking a little vulnerable now, and Alex taking some real chances. Oof, damage into the AWP, but yeah, they just bodies are dropping, and Grim's charging in. Too easy for Gade. Okay, well, that's tied up nicely. 5-5. Big Clan looking threatening.
Yeah, it should be another save now, and then they'll be able to get out a gun round with the AWPs, all the utility they're looking for. It won't seem so strange. We have 2 players anchored down long, no AWPing presence over towards that site, because this looks way too easy. Just peeling on out. Tizian with a great little opener there. And the follow-up. Not always easiest to find in those type of duels. Both players know exactly where one another are. Great round from Tizian. Okay, so should be another round here for Big. Don't even get this one started. It peeked on out Cat Dry. Nothing really behind that other than a cheeky maneuver. So Alex attempting to lead from the front, and now his teammates can get cooked from the back. Missed the hinge smoke there.
Yeah, they're going to dock pay for every missed hinge smoke.
It looks like it should be easier than it is. Still have to get the lineup very particular.
I was very proud of myself for whipping it out. Solo queue matchmaking.
Nice.
An audible gasp from my teammates, I think. Wow, he's a professional. Going 0-7.
But you did allow
I can throw a good smoke.
You did allow the team to get that short control to execute onto the bomb site, Alex.
I did. And I even communicated it.
And that's the most important part.
3 or 4?
2.
Kept honest, and they got time to play around with that AK. You can see the conversations. They kind of just wibble around long doors.
Do we go? Do we wait?
What do you think?
Let's go, shall we? Yeah, that'll be fun. It'll be good. We'll get a couple kills.
It's Brolan time.
I'm not feeling well, guys. You guys go. I'm gonna call this one at home.
Give it a kick. Wow, okay, not a baller.
Nah, he's not. He was never one of the funny guys in Fnatic. He was never one of the knifey boys, never one of the Zeusy boys.
Spoony,
He wasn't about any of that. Brolan's a winner.
Can you find the CSGO logo, cameraman? There's one on the ball. You just gotta...
Is it on the bottom and it hasn't been...
It might be.
It has been kicked?
Well, we'll hang on. We'll slowly find out as we inspect our sphere.
And here you are, hunting with Keto. There you go, on the bottom of the ball.
Well played, gang. Well played. Let's see this one again. So, I mean, something that I hadn't considered, but obviously very smart from Searson, is when you know they're on a lighter buy, just posting up on that suicide box just gives you full control of any Aggie short peaks. It's a very safe line. It's very hard for them to return fire, and it does result in a quick and easy conversion. So Big take the lead, second map. See if they can extend it.
Ooh, biffing down mid here. Really believing in the AWP here, knowing that unlikely to get tested and rocking the double AWP setup on the CT side again. So this is something that Crims and Jacquinho definitely want to do.
Yeah, clearly. And look at the amount of liberties they are taking. They're not going to use that smoke, are they?
Oh, they could.
They're just going to peek in front of it.
Why not go mid to A?
No way.
It's a bit strange.
That's not a thing.
Just get it done.
Jacquinho, ooh, catching Keto ahead of the pack. He took some real liberties there, and look at the result. Crims is ready to strike as well. He actually wants to fight this, but so does Tabson. Brolin's got a lot on his plate now. He's a dead man, and surely Fnatic don't let this one slip. They have to contest this one. Searson, you know he likes to hold the doors, and a good timing peek, and suddenly it falls apart for Fnatic. Another looking good and locked in for Big Clan, despite a 3v5 at one point. And it all falls to Mezzy. They're concerned about, oh, the tunnels. He's got the frag he wanted. Searson, a slither gap sprayed down, puts it into a 1v1. Mezzy's going to go for this. There's a kit available towards the Tun's entrance. He doesn't have to play too quickly. A predictable after-plant position for Tizian here. Biding his time. Baits the info. Ooh, he did put some bullets down range. Tizian secures it for the boys, though. And Tizian, that's highly impactful rounds back-to-back. His multi-kill on long, followed by a nice little clutch and three-piece on that B site.
Flustered their Fnatic. They even did the long push to try and deal with that Searson play.
So I'm not wrong, right? That's a 3v5.
Yeah, ahead of the smoke there from Keto. This one here from Brolin, right? Wanting to delay, wanting to give himself the ability to turn his attention to doors and window, gets caught. Going to rock in a hard place, and there's that impact from Tizian to close it out. So really hurting now Fnatic, and well, that's one way to start the round. Orp headshot through the door. See you later, Alligator. The pain continues, and this is going to be 8.
Orp headshot through the door, followed by a fully flash headshot into your in-game leader.
Yeah, this one starting to really get away from Fnatic now. So they did have some early moments that were looking good, but Big have got more than control of this half now.
I mean, this is the first official on the bloody map. What is a healthy expectation to have a Fnatic?
Just to be competitive, right? Right now, if I was Keita or I was Samuelson or I was whoever over there in the Fnatic camp, having this team come in and debuting against some household names of squads, you know, you want them to focus on the performance, not the result, right? It doesn't matter if we win or if we lose, if we get out of this group or if we don't. What type of Counter-Strike are we playing? You know, are we doing what the boss says? Are we learning every day? Are we adding new things? Focus on that performance, right? Don't worry too much about if it's the W at the end of the day. And look, I think that they're doing some things which are really nice, but it's obviously all going to come with time. They haven't had a lot of that. And then the same time, the same with Big. Gade's come in, filling some positions of Xantares here, but it's what it means for the rest of the team, and Tabson has made it quite clear that everybody will have to perform at a higher level without Xantares there.
Bomb has been planted.
Now, I'd say saving this AWP on Brolin, important. Keep it on your back.
Yeah, Crims wouldn't mind a greedy little AK coming his way, but I'm afraid it's not the day. Keto, Gade, the last to evacuate.
Do you think more people now have the Prince Stream Deagle or the Deagle Blaze?
I think Prince Stream might be overtaking it.
Feels like it, doesn't it? Sheer beaut.
Except, unfortunately, it's just like everything is... things are cool until they're really popular.
Yeah.
Now,
everyone
13-year-olds have got Supreme caps on, and it's no longer kind of anti-consumerism. It's just consumerism.
Yeah. Well, when they started like making bricks, that's when I thought, well, these people are just being silly now.
Well, no, that it kind of just became too transparent.
Yeah.
You know, like slapping your logo on a t-shirt and being like, look how cool I am, one thing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, when you start just
put on a canoe,
commissioning people to put a transferable logo onto a red canoe and 10 timesing the price.
Yeah.
It's not stylish, cool, or creative.
Yeah. Well, it's a shame.
But it's all right. It's been replaced. There's a new one on the block as it goes around in circles of newly discovered creative outlets that eventually just lose their polish.
Steam. Make your money while you can, everybody.
Crimsy boy, good to see him on that AWP, and he will be whipping it out again.
It's curious to see.
It is
good to see. Curious to see. It's something to see.
It's a variation. Okay?
Yeah. It's new.
It is very new. 500, well, no, wait, 5,000? What was it? 500 kills in his career on the AWP.
Yeah, and 10 this year.
And 10 this year.
There's a few more now.
Yeah, there's one. on his way. Oh dear, he's got so much on his plate. Too much. Too much. Ah, and a missed shot. Call it done. Call it done. Alex, what are you doing? Get away from the site. You're cooked. Bomb's on its way very late. The picks came so quickly. Alex is trying his luck.
I guess he has to.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, this one here is looking like it is really getting away from Fnatic now. This has been, oh, what are we talking here? This is going to be 8 rounds consecutively. It was a really good start for Fnatic, right? You talked about their pistol conversion, right? That was great. That's given them at least a little bit of a buffer. This half looks respectable now because of that, but 8 in a row after this one, that's fantastic. Really good stuff out of Big here, recovering.
Ooh, damn, Levy's got those young eyes, but still loses out that weapon save. So 9 for Big, and taking a look at the finances, it's not going to be the dreamiest of final rounds of your defensive half. 6 would be wonderful, but so far we've not seen any evidence in the last 8, as discussed, that they've got it in them.
Just around to take it to the next half, you know, just on the tail end here of this first one, so it doesn't feel like it's been such a beat down of the Bakugan variety. There's some weird anime, Bakugan beat down or something, I think, yeah.
I think I watched one called Baki, where there's just loads of...
I think that was on the Netflix.
Yeah. Jakino's actually got a real opportunity here if he wants to post up on that line. No, Searson's taken full control of that. The fact he's equipped with an orb does give Fnatic a fighting chance into this one. Brolin even flirting with some aggression. This is well timed. Flash through, and tabseN eliminated. That's a change of pace. Fnatic looking set for a start, and Jakino, they knock it on his door, and he greets them with a smile and a click. Tizian's the next to fall.
Team flush there as well while they're trying to make their way up, so gonna get harder now for Big.
Yeah, Jakino's fallen into a passive spot. Mezzi's flank will neutralize Gade's mid-fake.
Oh, no.
Someone needs to finish the job. Yeah, it really could get awkward here. They've already lost a couple of those 3v5s, and Alex, if he gets sprayed through that smoke, once jumps over him.
Oh, they heard that.
Oh, and he gets nothing for it. I can feel it starting to fall apart at the seams for Fnatic. The flank from Brolin is converted. Searson to plant. Keto has long already. Ooh, kit on Jakino. 6 sounds a whole lot better than 5. Crim starts the crawl. Brolin scouted out, confirms Searson's on the hunt. Keto makes his presence clear as well. Oh, and he's ready for it. Does well to find the first. Stands strong for another. 1-on-1 now. Crim's ready, but Searson too quick. Help. Dust 2, though, the first official for the black and orange new-looking Fnatic, and, well, it hasn't gone swimmingly so far, Chad.
No, look, it started well. Let's see if it can continue in that same vein. Pistol rounds.
100%?
Yeah, like, look, it's nice. It's very, very nice. Having pistol rounds go in your favor is a key to success here. This double car setup, though, might get a bit funky over towards A.
I think funky's a perfect word to describe it. Tizian, oh, he gets a fire off a warning shot. They know the car is a threat, and already Tizian good for it.
Hello, Bomb. Welcome.
Hello, Bomb.
We know where you're coming.
Of all the targets he could have found, and it's just come vomited out of Jakino's body forward. There's a flurry of frags in return. tabseN, however, has found another, and yeah, they don't. It's only one that they can claw back. And Big Clan buck the trend. It's tabseN's triple to secure it. But that's the first pistol we've seen Big Clan win, and 1xBet do seem to be leveling things out. His Nuke is our third, which we did get to see Fnatic play a little just yesterday.
I just feel, right, if I'm Fnatic there and I've pushed up and I've killed the first guy at car and then Searson bops his little head over, that's the time I'm uttering something I shouldn't be uttering, you know? That's the type of,
yeah, Rush Lee 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 has got some choice words for that kind of play.
He's probably he'd be saying them right now. You just can't hear him.
God bless.
Yeah, I'm glad we've muzzled him. There were so many complaints about Rush on the broadcast.
Yeah, they're like, great show, just wish he'd talk less.
Wish the Observer would keep his bloody mouth shut. Well, they've gone aggressive. And
Yeah,
it's
if
against the
Keto
Glocks.
dies, they could run B.
They could.
They could.
But will they?
No.
Why would they?
Nah.
No, they definitely won't. All right, well, we might just continue around the world here. If I was Fnatic, just keep having a look. Let's go long, see what's going on, check out short. Let's go back to mid. Maybe we'll go back to B. Still got a minute on the clock, so plenty of time to keep themselves active.
Yeah, and Alex should have brought a fidget spinner or something because he's got nothing to do with his Glock up short. Like, he's just sitting there. He's just...
Yeah, at least
I've got no
inspect
nades, you know, I can't even, like, play around. I can't be threatening in any capacity. Tizian looks very threatening in his position, and Uno. Maybe DOS. They have to respect that. Well, maybe we'll go elsewhere. You know what?
Yeah, go somewhere else, boys. Give it a crack somewhere else. Or... Yeah.
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 Now try someone. Yeah, don't give the MP9 kills. I know that's not going through their head at all. But now with 20 seconds left, they want to get the AKs out in the next. Jaquinho will have to die. Getting tagged up is a good start to that. And, well, just a few more bullets required. 10 seconds.
Come on, CSGO, give it to me. Give it to me.
There you go. They were trying to hide. They were actually trying to kill him after time. So being as conservative as possible. But Big will get their 12th here, and only 4 more rounds required. I think if we do those kill counting, we need to just make sure we do it in a different language every time.
Yeah, I'm down.
So keep it fresh.
That was some Spanish.
Yeah.
We need to be able to count to 5 in at least like 10 different languages.
I can do it in Japanese.
Yeah?
Yeah. Ichi ni san shi go. That should be it. Ichi ni san shi go. Yeah.
Oh, that's 5.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, cool. Okay, Japanese next. That's on you.
All right.
Oof. Jaquino's lost a little chunk of health. I think that must have been a scout shot.
Hello. Yeah. That's frustrating on the first gun round. He pushed lower dark.
Yeah.
We didn't have an ult to watch it.
He's throwing that aggression into the mix, and they're throwing their bodies at long. Tizian's still around. He's surely going to give up on that. So Fnatic have at least fought for some respect up that side, but the absence of Brolin in tons has led them to rotate quite effectively and quite quickly into a 3-man A-site stack. They've even got short flanking Gade booked for a little later date. Alex has been buying a lot of time here, and Tabson was not expecting that at all. And now they'll start trying to close this gap. Good chance for Alex, and he's done a little less than desired. Tizian's got 1 HP to work with, and that means that the A-site should favor Fnatic here. They've weathered the storm. A good CT smoke gets them across, and the nade from Gade could be destined for success. Mezzi take cover. He lives on. And it's Tizian here for the denial. Mezzi defends his honor. And Fnatic looking set for at least a 6th here. First gun round of their second half, and it's come up Trump.
And it was all up to Alex there, right? The fact he had that short control and he's lonesome. Tabson not expecting, just thinking it was going to be the all-in long play that we saw Big run quite significantly in their first half. But a good one to win. Now they just need to replicate it a bunch of times, and they need to do that without a T-sided AWP because they're not going to be able to afford it just yet, whereas Syrison on the other side of things, let me just have a little bit of a gander at his finances here. Well, they can get an AWP to him by virtue of Keto. So getting the AWP out in the next round is something on the agenda here for Big, if they would like to buy. Keto can drop the AWP, he can keep the AK for himself. He's doing that exactly as we watch this replay. And it's a bit of a frustrating one there for Brolin, because the thing is, the reason Big go for a move like that is because at most, they could have had a scout, right, to watch mid doors. So when they've gone for that type of a maneuver, you know that you're not up against an AWP, it's less likely you get as punished for it. So Big really min-maxing right here.
Jaquino! Oh, it just didn't quite tuck in. He was fully flashed. He ate it from Alex. And he's just staring at his opponents. His vision's restored for them. Another horrible opening death for Fnatic.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they're going to claw this one back now that they're the bigger guns out. It's not such a bonus scenario for Big here. Hinge smoke dropped. They do have to work on a frag somewhere. Mid to B is the biggest runway right now. It's open. It's not being tended to. Tabson will get down through CT spawn to plug that gap, and a run boost towards shore is going to give away a bit of a sound cue as well. So limited utility here, but it is enough to at least get them onto the site. 3 smokes, a bunch of mollies, a flash.
All right, well, this is your bread and butter, Dust 2. See if Fnatic can somehow level the odds a little bit here. Great flash, and it nearly converts Sis, and they'd have loved that frag, now held at bay. The utility very suffocating the bullets too. They're all landing from tabseN. He's a real problem for them. There's the frag. If they can force tabseN off of this line, the rotate's on its way though in a very big way. Alex stands to deliver, as does Crimson. They know one's long. Gade through the smoke for Chaos. They want to cause as much as they can. Yeah, bomb yet to be committed as our ops team highlights. It's testing Fnatic's metal here. 28 seconds. Alex and Crims, they are looking a little worse for wear, and the hunt from Gade is rewarded. Alex is sprinting to the other side of the map, and Big Clan aren't going to be unawares on this.
He's going to get in there for free, you know. They're only, well, they're not even realizing just yet. They're a step behind this one. So Gade and Tizian about to realize it's all a bit of a ruse here as Alex has gone around the world. We'll get that bomb down. It clicks in their noggins. And now they have to pick up whatever they can. A nice little smoke for Tizian on the way. Alex is flirting with death right here.
What are you up to? Mr. McMeekin with 26 points of health. I know you want to try and isolate some jewels. Yeah, we will go down to Gade. Didn't really have the health for that one, and you just can delay that defuse for the AWP retrieval.
Yeah, so one of those situations, right, and normally this is when the bomb's not down, you're looking for an early kill to try and level it up so that you can then play the 1v1 in the post plant there. Trying to do it with the bomb down, find a fight. Well, they know he has to be over towards that B bomb site, so they're always going to be trained towards the doors and the window, but low HP, it was going to be hard no matter which option he went for. And good stuff from tabseN here, just defending this ramp. The Fnatic stickers look pretty sick on the Asimov, don't they? That was kind of cool.
Yeah, the retro Fnatic stickers, they've been in the game for a while. And Fnatic looking to return to that top spot that they used to hold oh so long ago. Util dump. You can see Gade with a reactionary HE if they hear a smoke extinguish.
They are going to go on this. I think they'll set up a door smoke and just explode. Or maybe not anymore. That's a lot of info for Keto.
Yeah, Gade cancelled his nade as well. Here comes the entire Fnatic squad, all onto Gade. He's so blind, Brolin blind, but still gets it done. Well, that's over.
Yeah, insta-save call here from Big, and Jaquinho not allowing the save to come in cleanly. Finds one.
Nice.
Yeah, will be traded. So that's a good amount of punishment for them to be putting down, and that was just through a B pounce. And I don't mind the fact that they want to try and go test Keto and Gade over towards B. You know that Zantara is no longer here to be filling that void. So, yeah, turn the screws. See if Keto can step up to the task. See how much Gade has to offer here. Tizian with 17. Yeah, we spoke about his impact a little bit earlier. Had some good opening kills, had some good closing kills. It's hard to see this one getting out of control for Big, especially with the scoreline currently about to sit at 13-7. Fnatic would have to get a couple consecutively, right? They would need this one. Should do a decent job of completely ruining the finances.
Did they, is the general, like the shared sentiment that Big Clan have lost firepower upon Zantara's departure? And like that's widely accepted, right?
Yes.
So the only question mark is whether or not the ability to A, communicate in German, as well as whether or not all of the individuals can frag a little harder would make it an upgrade.
Yeah, so I guess the idea is speaking in the native tongue elevates everybody's level of play.
Yeah.
And Gade, I think tabseN the other night was saying that, you know, he can be a big performer, he can give a lot to the team. So he needs to be more than just a safe pair of hands, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's been grinding this game in the downtime, as I imagine any player would when not signed. Here they come. It's a very heavy CT stack, and as Brolin rounds the corner, he gets a rude awakening. 3A, I think he screams, and there's more in that little dead spot. They're pushing into Alex's position. This re-aggression's going to catch him when he's faffing around with his nades. 2 to the dome from Tizian. And this spells trouble. This spells 14. Only Crims really to claw it back into that aggression short. He has found the first, and it didn't cost him a single point of health, so he is a little bit more of a threat. CSGO needs a flick, and he hits it.
He doesn't miss those, does he? Always good to shut them down. And wow, 2v4.
Yeah.
Not looking easy by any means.
And this angle's such a nasty clear for Jaquinho. How's he supposed to do that? Crims still standing strong for one more, but tabseN's push just out of that line of sight. We'll lock in 14 for the Big Clan boys. Nuke next.
Feels like we've gotten there pretty quickly, all things considered. Hasn't necessarily been the most drawn-out games of Counter-Strike. This here, yeah, a great find. Just trying to slink on up into the site. He even gets another kill here. Alex thinking that they would just respect that. Well, they were there for territory. And Fnatic here will get the guns back out here for what could almost be one final ride. Is he going to flash himself out? Corner smoke in play. A couple from his teammates too, and he will get across to blue bin. And they will contest big.
Yeah, they're fighting tooth and nail. Molly to force Mezzi's hand here, swinging back around, and Searson will go even. Mezzi's got a lot to deal with. Tizian's too good. But, and it's a big but, I cannot lie. Alex had the flank. That would have been the 2v2. Bomb's on its way, but now they know. And Alex changing his mind. Keto, when will he get the info that the B site is clear? What's going on here?
Oh, look at how much respect they think they're getting. Alex is trying to find a bit of space here.
Oh, and he's actually delivered it. Now, Giacchino, did he fake it? I don't know if he's made the sound cue yet.
They must know he's in the site, but yeah, as long as he doesn't fake it, you're right.
55 gates per look in the smoke. That's what they were waiting for. They pushed together though, Alex. Too many men. Nice find. Maybe the 1v1 after all. Gade is going to be the safe pair of hands required. And it will be just one round separating Big Clan from taking us to nuke.
Yeah, this is looking very likely now. Fnatic have no money for this. Big have looked great here on this CT half. They've only lost 2 rounds. Their T side was really good. They had 9 rounds in a row there to close out the first half. It was all working for them. And here, I think just put the cherry on top, get it done. Don't stress yourself out too much when you don't need to. This is a very light buy. 4 pistols, a scout, some util. Space being taken quickly down towards middle here. Mezzi will need a cracker.
Too good. Too good all over the shop. Another double from Big Clan's defense. tabseN and Tizian combining in perfect unison. I'm not going to give any room for Fnatic to get their teeth back into Dust 2 here at all whatsoever. 21 frags for Tizian, top of the scoreboard in the server right now. And we were talking about his ability to step up when it matters most. Big Clan, I said already, compulsory that they do take this Fnatic, this volatile Fnatic team down in a group that's absolutely rammed full of talent. You got to take those uncertain teams and those unpredictable Ws when you can.
Well, they've tried to sell all this short presence, but tabseN's not buying it for a minute. That's even more indication that it's not going to be a play right now. tabseN dispels them from doors, 2 on the site. Keto and Gade ready to lock this down. Here we go.
Yeah, he's even got an Incender if he drops it on contact. He's just opting to be baited in by Keto. Solid setup.
And let's see, does this story have any more twists and turns, or are we going to be going down the big victory route here, which after map 1, which is where, to be fair, Fnatic in their 2 best-of-3 so far have shown their most convincing form.
I mean, I kind of liked their nuke looked all right as well yesterday, or not, was it yesterday? Yes, against
16-12, was it at the end of the day?
It was, but like their CT side had merit, and they'd ironed out some of those rotates. The individuals were looking comfortable as well. Alex, though, is calling up a storm on this T side. Let's see if it works out for him. He's got full util for this. His team's posturing for a top pop. Door swings open. Oh, a miss from CSGO, and you had an opportunity onto Alex, and he does eventually bring it through with some taps through that smoke.
They're getting the bomb down at least. A retake set up here for Big.
Yeah, and oh my god, how are all these shots from CSGO in the smoke connecting? The flash from tabseN. Crims, CSGO's doing it all for his squad. Finally, they silence him. They can use main now a little bit. Mezzi with another Tizian from behind, keeping them busy. Oh, too many bodies. Way too many bodies, and a great retake out of Big.
Nice stuff there. It's quite clear that they were going for that retake setup early, and it felt like Fnatic knew that. Just the smoking towards main to get them into top. I missed Molly Heaven there. Could be slightly problematic, but the defuse comes in. Big get the pistol round, and well, what started well for Fnatic, they won the first 3 pistol rounds consecutively. Now they've lost the last 2 consecutively here. So a bit of a changing the tide, maybe a changing of the conversation as well. And there was a plan. Alex, do you expect a buy?
No, certainly not out of the question. Going to be just seeing a bit of util, and Brolin does whip himself out the old AK-47. Now, the boys from the CT side have gone for an eclectic mix. I'm intrigued to know whether or not they're going to once again go knocking inner. I expect some presence yard, and indeed it's on its way. So that hero AK for Brolin is going to be the superstar setup for success. And And they're going straight across. The wall of smokes is established. CSN has nothing he can say with his scout. Tamsin's taken a chunk from somewhere elsewhere.
Tamsin is down here towards this lower site. We'll have help from ramp of Gade. Crim's just having a look towards top. This is going to be on the fade right here. Brolin won't have anybody to find. Tabson is the first point of contact here. And oh, nice little flash. They're actually not going to make any sound cues off the back of it. And Brolin a bit lucky he wasn't swung on there.
Yeah,
another boost.
Again, yeah. This could work out for the jump peak.
Oh, easy as you like.
Lovely. Finishes off what Crim started. And now they should have access to the low side. Only man really there to voice concerns is Gade from ramp. And that's Crim's responsibility to at least make it difficult for him to draw attention. Oh, Crim's is booked here. He'd love to take one. They're loud about it. Good control of the Deagle. Coupled to the center of Mass leaves Keto wanting. And the low side take shaping up nicely for Fnatic. This conversion of the second round force. So far, we haven't seen anyone successfully do so in this series. So this is going to be the first taste of a very different looking game.
Oof, I wonder how long the Force by Walls will go on for here. The fact that they save an M4, the Scout on Sirison, they've got that MP9 in play as well. That's not the best, it's not the worst. It's going to give them another crack. But yeah, just some lovely little boosty boys towards lower there. So very, very easy approach from Fnatic. Smoke wall, down secret. Crim's doing his best to soften them up and slow down those vent rotations. You get the kill you need, you get into the site, and you get away with one. Everybody looking good.
It's a lovely counter to that jump peak. You know, I always get kind of miffed, just as the noob inside of me gets miffed when you can play like safe, jiggly, smoke defense, and then the rotates come in. You know, it's all about mastering rotations. Well, Tamsin, he can get that information completely safely, throw out his smoke, and you've got 15 seconds for Gade to react. But the counter worked out nicely. A little boost and just completely nullifying Tamsin's setup.
Now we're about to see what the response is going to be out of Big, right? They could just play this like another gun round here with the weapons they have. There's no reason that they can't. They don't have to get too tricky with it. It's just how they want to deal with the rotation. So what are Fnatic going to offer up here now that they've been able to get those rifles out? Setting up the standard smoke wall again here. Jackinho with a very easy one. A deep nade. Well, too deep. Lands between multiple members as Brolin. He's going to make the treacherous cross behind the smokes, and he's tucked himself down to secret here. Now, it is just the one man. I think they're hoping for responses elsewhere from Big.
Yeah, well, I mean, CSN rotating ramp implies they are concerned about it. Gade's already down there as well, so this has definitely lightened the top site defense. Tabson going to have to fill the gap of that yard scout no longer committed. It's a powerful angle from him. You can see Brolin is going to keep them honest. If he throws this util, that's only going to spur Gade out of the aggressive line of sight. So Brolin's denied a lot of information there. Oh, and Tizian goes looking as all that contact's happening down lower, so that's worked out well. Fnatic set to convert off the opening frag. Tabset, ooh, good control out of the FAMAS. Does win his duel, albeit closely. And Fnatic should have access to the top side. It's Kito's Deagle that he does manage to be threatening with. Jackinho need the trade from him, and he puts it down. And so repeat for Big Clan, send it over to save.
Simple stuff, very simple stuff there. You see with Brolin pushing back the lower defender as well, gave himself access to the vent to pop his head up and help them take that top site. So very good stuff here from Fnatic, just doing it by the book. And looking good to keep everybody, or at least the 4 members, alive.
Yeah, and the game within the game for me here as well is just seeing Jackinho have a serviceable nuke. I think that nuke in particular has
a few missed, didn't he? Couple of misses?
He had a couple of misses. He did.
Everyone has a couple of misses every now and again.
Yeah, I think the words out of Hugo's mouth were there's no buttering that one up.
Yeah.
And I echo the sentiment certainly, but I also do think
on a pig.
Yeah, it's easy to be overdramatic and reach conclusions a little quickly. Jackinho, as we've seen prior, you know, with the Swedish roster, he can deliver and have that AWPing presence necessary against tier 1 teams. Definitely did feel and succumb to the pressure though, and some uncharacteristic misses out of Mr. Jackinho.
Yeah, we had some out of Acor as well from Mousesport. So Mousesport are up next. They'll be taking on Na'Vi, so you're going to have to hope he's gotten his first game jitters out the way as well. Jackinho had a very good overpass. He dropped off on Dust too, but the whole team copped a bit of a shellacking.
Yeah, no. The Acor moment on overpass just looks like Machine in a show match, and it's just not a good look.
We'll give everyone day one.
We will.
Day 2,
yeah.
Oh, we might have to ask a couple of questions here because there are a lot of good AWPers on the market right now. I'm not suggesting anything, I'm just stating facts.
It sounded like a suggestion to me, Chad. You're in trouble. And so's Dizian, actually. Oof, takes a huge chunk out of Alex. They've got to be careful here. It could fall apart. You softened up for the scout. Brolin and Alex are both vulnerable. Crims will catch it. Problem solved. Can it be flawless? It can. Wow, that's a dream for Fnatic to convert so cleanly. They take everything away from Big Clan and put a third on the board.
Those 3 rounds in a row all feel too dreamy. Only one player going down in the 2 previous, and then everybody staying alive there.
Funds,
yeah,
dude. Wow.
That's a great way to kick off the half, especially knowing the ramifications on the economy that happens to the CT side of Big now. So trying to defend out of this hole. Can they dig themselves out? Syrsoon's scope. It's going to be one place to start. Now, you can see tabseN crossing warehouse here. His job will be to focus in on that main position. Syrsoon will float with that AWP. Right now, he's helping them lock down top. And this smoke wall.
Interesting one.
Yeah, it looks like that L block and the timing on this Na'Vi-esque.
Yeah, and Brolin's project has fallen flat. He was pre-aiming it. I think he just got a little lost in the smoke. Gray screened at the unopportune moment. Aggressive AWPing out of Syrsoon could be set for success. Takes a good tag onto Crims. Gate flashed off, but he chooses to stand and does deliver. It's actually tabseN's M4 that connects.
He's everywhere.
He is. 1 in yard, 2 in ramp, and yeah, this one falls flat as a pancake. Crims down to Gade's hold.
Yeah, good stuff there. And what I'm saying with Na'Vi-esque, normally when they have Electronic doing those creeps, he's kind of perfectly in sync with the smokes. It's not like they throw them and then he starts his walk. He's normally lurking as they're hitting the ground, finding those best little smoke timings. So that's something that maybe they're tasking Brolin to do, which I don't hate the idea of that. No,
and we see it super often as well. Like, this is what I was talking about with Gray screen. When you see his, like, legs poking out, his knees poking out of the smoke, chances are his head is still submerged in that gray. Well, Big, that is exactly the response they would have dreamed of. And CSGO's demonstrating he likes to go aggressive. Well, so do the T's. Crims straight down the vent successfully. Oh, and a wealth of opportunity. If he goes flanky onto CSG, oh gosh. Crims is fast on this. CSG may have heard it. Oh, and he's got him.
Wow.
CSG bails himself out of trouble.
Wow. That was a quick scope as well. It didn't even have the no-scope icon. That is crazy that he managed to get that one done.
He got like 2 steps out of Crims, I think. Maybe even 3.
That was really good punishment, right? Because when you look at the radar, nobody was chasing Crims down the vent. It was just Gate over towards ramp. Syrsoon pushed forward with all that top util they had to dump to facilitate that move and then found the opening kill on the sleeping Brolin. The second one just great.
Yeah, and now put yourself in Fnatic's shoes. You feel like a bit of a plum.
Yeah, with 3 players alive, they still have belts worth of utility here. They just don't have enough bodies, really.
I mean, look at the absence of information. Mezzi's forced to sit on T roof holding the yard push. I mean, not Mezzi, excuse me. That was...
one of the Brits.
Yeah, Alex, there you go.
Listening to that aircon unit just whirring away.
He's going to start showing some face. Around that 30-second mark, we get some util from Fnatic into that top site. 2 men to receive if they could find them in quick succession. Yeah, Mezzi. Ooh, bomb down the vents. A quick change of pace. Top util into the CSG AWP. He's already found the 2 most impactful frags of this one. Maybe he's going to be kept a bit honest here. Molly will be extinguished. Oh, what a dream. I mean, they'll get the plant. That's something for the finances, but good luck, have fun. Jakino and Mezzi up against the world. And Jakino with 1 puts Mezzi into a rather dire circumstance. It will fall flat, and some AKs to be played with as well.
Okay, tabseN's having one of those games early here. The nice little 2-piece feed, impact kills he's having. Now we're looking at a nifty 3 rounds here. We've tied things up. And Fnatic, yeah, with that plan, it will give them enough money to facilitate yet another buy, so keeping themselves in it as far as the weapons are concerned. We've seen a couple of different looks. We've seen secret smokes with a very standard wall. We've seen them attempt the L block smokes without the base of the L, I guess the capital L we'll call it. That was doing more like an I, the I block. Yeah. We've seen them go for a bit of a fast top. So they've had a bunch of different moves that they've used, and I don't think that's going to be the drama here. The lack of moves is not a problem. You know what's going to be in surplus in the big camp now? It's just Keto with his sweaty hands. No more Zantara's sweaty hands, so maybe they won't be going through as much of that paper towel.
Yeah.
Big gap. What a big kill.
Yeah. Oh! The end of CSGO's power position. He's been knocked off his perch to 43. Very very tight line he's working with. He's surely aware that he's possibly being pushed. Now,
this is just too early, very quick here from
very
Alex.
quick from Alex indeed, and he's in that blind spot perfectly. Now, previously, Crims thought he had CSGO dead to rights, and he does this time. Alex, pops up, and the jump scare will strike, as will Jakino. That's his third of this lobby push. You can see what they were trying to do. As is typical when losing territory elsewhere, you invade that lobby position. Well, Jakino was given the responsibility, and he's thrived with it.
Yeah, Jakino's opening there just really opened the door to all of this, because the safety net for Sirison was taken out, meant he had to stay passive. He stuck towards CT spawn, and they just stayed stifling. So a very good response here from Fnatic. Now, I don't have to go for this gate M4. It's not going to get them a lot. It's just as long as he doesn't get that Sirison AWP, right? That's the one thing you don't want him to be picking on up. He's tucked on here back towards the single door. Oh, they will find him in the timing. It's a cruel mistress. He's been spotted. We'll get a bit of damage done. They're actually going to try and hunt this one away. Gade, a molly one side, a door the other. The push. Oh, and a lot of people going down to the bomb. Fnatic putting everything in the kitchen sink.
Bloody hell.
Oh, okay.
And some of them don't have all the money in the world, Chad.
Yeah, look, it was audacious. It was a lot of bodies invested just to take away an M4 for Gade.
To the bomb blast.
Look, I can understand from the point that Gade could have now dropped the rifle, right? Now he'll just have to be able to equip one himself, and that could have immediate ramifications in what type of purchase. But just look at all the resources being thrown into this. Gade did good damage, so maybe not completely upset with how that one shaped on out for Big Clan. Smiles on the face over there in Fnatic. At least they're laughing it off.
Yeah, pats on the back to Jakino as well. That was a lovely double to confirm the conversion of their fourth.
They are buying again here, Big. I get it with the Sirison AWP and the tabs and M4. That's the combo that we're looking for, right? Those two towards yard with each other to pair from main, and the rotator float roller Sirison. Now that is one of the most influx positions to play, those two, right? They have to understand what one another are watching. They really need to be quite in tune with each other. Now, it's actually a completely different look. I think they've got Gate across the secret. They got Sirison towards ramp, and he's already hunting.
Yeah, this should be the end of Crims. Oh, with their knives out, they run straight into Gade. Chaos cause. Crims wants his duel, so we will play on. That could have been everything. Tabson's tagged up Mezzy. If he can find and finish this frag, he's got the bomb, and he's hunting for it. This is going to ruin the way. Oh, headshot found.
How's he done that?
He's got a snappy wrist on him, and Jakino's going to have to be very ready for the Keto Hut hold. He's looking the wrong way, and the frags come easy. Crims, so much to do, and already a chunk taken out with that Deagle. Working with 50 HP, and now 2 to find. Bomb lost. Yard, Tabson, and Tizian playing the bomb. Crims opts for the...
Alex, this becomes a really important round, right? Because they just lost all those guns in the last round, maybe when they shouldn't, they all had to reinvest, right? So now the money over there for Fnatic is a bit funny. The same for Big. So this round could be worth 2 for either side, depending on who converts right here.
Oh, Crims is a wise owl. He's definitely going to be conscious of exactly what you've outlined. So given it all he's got, Captain. It's such an uncomfortable place to lose the bomb, though. And it's going to come down to frags. Tabson's made it very... Oh, there's some info. Oh, I think he's got both info. I think he might have spotted a barrel as well. Uh-oh. Tabson strafes out. It doesn't seem to matter when they know he's coming. Still gets the frags. And a tuft of the tongue for Crims as he got a lot of opportunities into the 1v2 there.
Oh, now that extra little hunt onto Gade gets spicy, because Fnatic, we got 3.1 on Crims, 1.8 on Mezzy, 1.8 on Jakino, 1.4 on Alex, and 3.1 on Roland. Right? Like, they would have had a bunch more cash. Maybe not a huge amount more cash, but definitely enough to justify like a full-on force buy with all the trimmings. Here it's a force buy with 3 Galils, a Scout, and 2 Deagles. And
I fear what I noticed there in the replays was a gap in their smokes. Perhaps that's why they ran into Gade so panicked. They were just trying to get across that gap. They were getting tagged by Tabson, and Gade just got the finishing blows. And Tabson having no issues once again, making it costly for Fnatic to descend.
Oh, but the bomb is in their remit. This time, look how passive it is over towards the back of lobby. Well, that could have gotten interesting if Alex had the kill, but now they're just going to be floundering. Fnatic have the territory, they don't have the bomb, and they're just walking into more and more big members who are going to farm up with these SMGs.
Nice.
Keto makes his MP9 sing. And it is this force buy of Crims and Mezzy that shouldn't be too much longer for round number 9. tabseN continues to execute, continues to find impact. It's another 2-piece for him in the round.
4 bullets, Crimsy boy. Getting pushed now.
Yeah,
just in that blind spot.
Let him get it. Let him farm it. Let him have it. Oh, he'll take it. And he gets the M4. So now it will be Fnatic onto an eco. So that clutch with Crims in the 1-on-2 was actually worth 3 rounds.
Brutal.
Yeah, that's ooh, bit of a spicy one. Now, we have to keep our eyes on the smoke walls towards Yard to see, first of all, if it's a unforced error or if it's a forced error.
Yeah,
if Big are throwing the molly, yeah, then you have to ask the question, okay, well, do Fnatic know how they're going to deal with this? Have they had enough time with Alex to work out, all right, this is how we're going to maneuver forward, right? What are our protocols? How do we react if they do this? Do we have an extra smoke? Okay, the waterfall.
Yeah, baiting in tabseN as well, bounding into Gade. Lovely. Textbook stuff out of Big Clan, well handled.
Okay, so we went from a 3-4 where Fnatic seemed like they had a bit of an upper hand to now a 6-4 scoreline. 3 on the trot for Big to get them to this juncture.
But the smoke wall conversation you just outlined, now is the time to see how they react to it. I think my initial knee-jerk reaction would be, let's just do it late.
Yeah, that's one way to solve the problem, right? You could definitely just opt for that, and then the CTs burn a Molotov for nothing,
Precisely.
right? So I'm looking, I'm flying around in the GoTV right now. I'm keeping my eyes on Yard, see if we do see a molly. They haven't thrown one this time round, so nothing to unravel a wall towards Yard, and Fnatic haven't thrown the smokes of their own. So this one will just be stalled out for a little bit here. Never mind, tabseN.
Okay, so
Nice,
yeah.
likes that.
He went looking very early on, and that's an aggressive angle for Tizian to try and take.
Feels like overpass CT side.
It does.
Just taking some fights.
I just got flashbacks.
They have to really consider their options now because down a man and a lot of time on the clock here. Do they go searching? CSGO certainly does.
Well, you get your late outside smokes after all. And the gift of that opening frag becomes all the more potent. They've gone for the warehouse L-Ben smokes. And CSGO's got no information other than the ability to stare at those smokes. Jakino lingers on T roof.
So it's a top split.
It's a top pop, 2 from main side. Attention drawn. Tizian, how does he get 2? Wow. And now the rotates in. He's managed to pull this straight back into a competitive round now, and pressure on Fnatic. They want to get that bomb down. Gade arrived right on the scene. Nearly 2. Need the big one out of Jakino, and he has delivered CSGO to come up clutch, and I think Jakino's going to get flicked on. CSGO very snappy, and a nade with Crim's name on it. Oh, CSGO makes it look easy. A stylish 1v2, just as Fnatic got their teeth into a potential 5th.
Thank Gade for that one there. The fact that he just drops into the site in that fashion, right? You could see there was a molly on the deck. I think that was maybe even a molly that they threw. So into their own flames, 1.5, and that damage facilitated an easy 1v1 for CSGO. Now, definitely not easy, but with that low HP, looks that way. A 7-4 the score reads, and that was at 138. So tabseN getting quite aggressive
I don't know who to thank more for the round. Like Gade, admittedly, yeah, lots of damage finished off by the CSGO clutch, but don't even forget,
That's right.
Tizian's responsible for Squeaky,
yeah,
and he kills
it
2.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, well, let's go. Tizian, you get 1 thumb up. Gade, you can have the other.
Okay.
Right, between the 2 of them, and then CSGO, you get the 2-on-1.
Yeah.
But look, maybe you don't get all the props.
It's got to feel really good for tabseN, right? When you're so used to being the star player that has to get a frag or 2 to convert a round, to go aggressive, F it up, and then proceed to see the round converted by your boys.
Yeah, well, they're down secret.
Gade 2. When most would get 1.
How did he transfer to that? There's been some great little moments this game.
Oh, they're really bullying Fnatic now. Like when Big Clan get into this mindset, they just keep the foot on the throat. Mezzy's been handed something here.
Look how quick this is. They're really just turning the screws here. Like a lot of these deaths, especially if you died from silo, pretty annoying.
Mezzy, let's see that game brain flow. He's got 60 seconds.
A smoke and a molly.
Smoke molly, and what's the info he's working with now? He's lost Tizian completely. You can assume lobby's been pushed. He's got so many question marks to answer. Bloody hell.
Well, neither of these guys have a kill. So you're operating under the fact that you know Syrison has the AWP. That's one thing, right, that you know. The rest of it is a bit more of a mystery. He's giving away a lot of info now. He's dropped the one-way smoke, giving himself an opportunity to peer on in. More util with the sound cues and slip down silently. So he's going to get the bomb down. They'll note his position. He is locked in. We'll have to deal with Tizian first.
All right, Mezzy. See what you're made of. Health disadvantage, but still stands strong into the first. He is being flanked. Oh, but he's aware. Mezzy turns it around for Fnatic. Now that's impact.
Oof. Pedestrian looking there for a while, wasn't it? Just casual. Yeah, looking main, looking heaven. Easy kills come his way. And back the clutches go. And this is how it started. Just pistols down secret. We're talking, that can't be happening.
I can't believe it's falling apart like that.
That was a 2v4.
Well, Mezzy got the opening one onto Gade, right? Then finishes it off with 2 of his own.
Yeah, so 2v4.
Big impact from the Brit. Oh, this could be the very quick end to that hype. Let's see what happens on this yard gap. Is there one? There is.
Yeah, that's a forced error there. You can see the molly of the CTs just on top of main.
Naughty, big clan. Do they have a reaction? Fnatic haven't had an answer when their smokes get disrupted like this. They tend to just try anyway. And the flash is good. Too many men. Keto even trades. There's more from Fnatic here. 2 on main side. Flank from Alex is quick. And if Mezzy can continue to draw attention with his double already, he's sticking around yard. Alex with some serious space. I mean, tabseN's going to consider it, but at what point? Look at the control he's got. It's 1 minute on the clock, Chad.
Yeah, well, now he's tucked himself here. If he heads towards ramp...
What is going on, Dan?
Well, they have to clear ramp and then get the bomb towards lower. Tizian, I don't think he'll push past this point. At least he shouldn't without a Q. And they can slip down to ramp for free, but it looks like big CT setup is already allowing that. Tizian, oh, that's a lot of info.
Wow, so much information. He timed that to perfection. Now they'll go loudly. All of that potent flank potential now denied. It's just... He's just one of the assault, and Gade again, who's been very impactful so far for Big Clan, the new addition. Stands his ground. Mezzy's better. 3 in this round from Mezzy after his 1v2. And he might even get more. Tizian's back his turn. Mezzy strikes for a 4th. He sends Big Clan packing, and tabseN's the last to close his suitcase. Alex should clear him here. Fnatic make it 6, just when I was starting to feel like Big Clan were running away with it, getting into their overpass CT aggressive mojo. We're right back.
And they can win the half. Fnatic are in a position right now where they can actually win the half. Lots of bonus. Yeah, it's only at 2,400 in the next round. So, big have to take an eco here. And then off the back of that eco, they're going to be operating with 4 out of their 5 players who will have suboptimal buys, right? Unless they go, like this is what I'm talking about with tabseN, Tizian, Keto, and Gade. They're all operating with just around that 2K mark.
Oh, lovely. This is a dream as well. When Crims goes in, and I was going to say has nothing to report, I think that was just a USB through smoke. Mezzy took a bit of a chunk, and now our Fnatic will be taking that top side.
Get on the hut, boys. Boost up. When you get this much room, right, get on the hut, boost up, get that space. Keep heaven mollied like this. And by the time Crims is perched, you now can't do little flash tricks. Hello.
That's lovely. Oh, that's lovely. Crims evades the refrag and falls into place nicely for Fnatic. It's exactly what you'd have wanted out of a round like that. Beautifully converted using Crim's bouncy Mac-10 to get that information relatively safely. He even gets a couple of frags for good measure.
Okay, so let's see how many emissions there truly are. tabseN is lucky that he has the Silence M4. That's going to get him Kevlar with all the nades besides the molly. Syrison has the AWP and a flash with Kevlar. See, Tizian's operating with an MP9. Keto's operating with a FAMAS. So they have 2 Molotovs between the 5 of them here and 1 defuse kit. Let's see, Fnatic, this is your round to win.
Certainly is, but Syrison once again patrols with his AWP. Tizian's timing on his lobby aggressors have been fantastic. Crim's going for a silent walkout amongst the vent smoke. So they might be setting up for some util here, and Crim's given the opportunity onto Keto, and he will seize it. Opts to dip back away. That's going to get the alarm bells ringing for Big Clan, though. And Tizian just living in that off angle. He'll get info and just a touch of his movement keys. And Alex, a sitting dark. Tizian, you naughty boy, he gets away with murder there. And that's going to spur them into the top side. Tabson tested, big from Jaquinho, and Tizian's got nothing to say either. Wow, quick recovery from Fnatic. They reacted quite swiftly to the info that Tizian provided.
2 on 4. I don't think there's a hope here.
Oops.
Team flash.
Oopsie doopsie.
Yeah, maybe one on the Irons and not the Zwei. I think this is 8 for Fnatic. I don't see how they lose this.
Yeah, it'd be very hard to. And Mezzy doing what he does best, makes it 4.